wanted me to give you a 5-minute warning. 5-minute warning. Going to get started. Some cookies pop over there if you're just getting here. Mr. Zwilling, how are you, sir? Mic check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Mic check. Sound good? Fair? Test 1, 2. All right. Sounds good. You good here? Test 1, 2. 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Well, good morning. Certainly welcome here to Strike It Rich. Had a good preview last evening, and always fun to see Mr. Clay Zwilling, and excited to work with him here this morning. It looks like we've got Kilmer over in the chutes here and ready to get started. So excited to see the pigs as they come back through here. And Clay, you got any color commentary here to get us started this morning?
No, I'd share with the crowd here, obviously, the second edition here of Strike It Rich for the State Fair version. And obviously, you look at the banners that originated from this sale a year ago. And I would tell you, again, based on the consigners and what I saw of the pig preview last night, what we're going to see today, a great opportunity here today to go ahead and line up your next project. And get ready again as you're heading into the summer and even into the fall. So I don't know if Mr. Kilmer, are you ready? We'll go ahead and introduce those lots from Kilmer Swine Farm. They're going to drop in a pair of Yorkshires here. They're loud and clear, hit them up. Mom was a champion gilt that Emily Myers would have showed last year there at Expo. And then 77 and 78 are the land race. Barrow and gilt as well. They're Wildcat Lombardi, same mom as their reserve champion land race. Obviously, Kilmers are kind of coming off a pretty big win with the reserve champion overall there at the San Antonio Stock Show. AJ, as you know, that's a little pumpkin and gourd festival, but real obviously a good set of purebreds that we've got here. And I would certainly think as you're trying to potentially tap into the funds available through this sale, a good opportunity here with these four from Kilmer.
Absolutely. Jim and his family have been doing this a very, very long time, and he brings you four. Jim, did you go back last night, take a nap? All right. Didn't get to see these here in the preview. Probably would have been fun to put her in the little show they had last night, but Jim's brought us four high quality show prospects here, and again, he's got two Landrace and two Yorkshires. We've got lot 75, 76, 77, and 78. I would, if you're tuning in online and you're watching the webcast here, I guess get with Jim. These pigs are a little farther away from Clay and I, and to get you exactly which pig and where they're at in the ring on the preview here is going to be a little more difficult. But I would challenge you to find a landrace male with that much structure, that much look out ahead of his blade, to be that round in his body, and then that immature. I think that's a high-end landrace prospect, much the same for the landrace gilt. I think those are gilt and barras that can suit at any endpoint here. If you've got a landrace show to go to, those two would be on the short list. And again, you don't need my commentary on Kilmer Yorkshires. They find the backdrop as often as any. I think a good set of four here from the Kilmer Swine Farm. Look Jim up in the back, and he'll answer any questions that he can for you.
Yeah, and just to recap again, 75 is the Yorkshire Gilt, 76 is the Yorkshire Barrow, 77 is the Landrace Barrow, and 78 is the Landrace Gilt. So it would be tags 75 through 78 from Kilmer Swine Farm, and ditto what AJ had to say about the Landrace, and definitely with that pedigree on those Yorkshires, I think the guesswork's done for you. In next, we're going to have the first pair from Sheese Livestock, 141 and 142. It'll be a Duroc Gilt 61-5. She's a dagger on Bear Paw's sister. Mom is a mate to Bear Paw, obviously. Raised the Hannon Gilt from last year in full sib and blood to the 85-liter switch, shredder, machete, and Beck winning Platte Gilts. And then 142 is 54-1. Sire's 11-3 on an artwork on 25-5. Dame would be a mate to Clockwork, and Grandma is 25-5 that raised Sword, Dagger, Clockwork, Runaway, and winning those Platte hogs there from last year. And again, a firm that really needs no introduction, AJ, and the thing that just I think, and I'll let you describe them, but I mean, this is what red hogs that are going to be competitive at the end need to look like relative to maturity. I think their skeletons are right. They're green in terms of their muscle shape, but still got those extras. I think a good first pair here from Sheese.
Awesome first pair, and I do think that if anybody probably has figured out, we like to feed pigs from there. I've had a good run with pigs from the Sheese Farm, and again, both of these kind of look like the pigs that we'd go over there and pick out a little later in the spring, and I think both of these exude quality. They've got the neat look out front. They've got a great balance. They got a loose running gear, and again, they're backed by sows that have done winning already. Again, that Bear Paw sister, we would have jackpotted litter mate sister to that sow, and that one was a lot of fun for our family. I think both of these are pigs that the highest end feeder can buy and get along with, and I think also if this is your first or second go and you want to be ultra competitive, I'd dig in right here. Easy feeders for sure.
Yep, 141 and 142 are in the ring here, the first two from Sheese Livestock. In next is 143 and 144, a pair of Duroc Barras. 143, if you're watching online or in the crowd, is the crinkle-eared Barra, so that should be a pretty good indicator of just an ID on that one. He's a shredder, main character. Mom's been a generator there for Sheese Livestock and would have raised the reserve Duroc Yield at the Open Show last year at the Indiana State Fair. And then tag 144, that's a Dagger Statement Day on Paw's sister. Mom, obviously, no introduction there on Palm's sister, and a mate to the gilt there as well. And again, I think a really nice pair of red male hogs here. That again, if you're trying to be competitive at any one of these Midwest state fairs and capture the opportunity to get some of those premiums through the Strike It Rich program, very good pair here from Sheese Livestock.
Yeah, a good way to round out the Sheese consignment here. And again, a pair of Barras, and one of them's got seeds out back that has the look that some would like as far as a tough head and a big forearm with a great big upper hip and a square hind leg. Again, he's a mate to the gilt that we saw, excuse me, just earlier there. Goes back to Bear Paw's sister. I do know that that sow and kind of that line is one that Dylan would hang his hat on and be very, very proud of. If you're looking for a red Barra, the probabilities, I'd say, to get to the backdrop are a little higher just based on the track record from this firm. I think you could dig in with confidence here. We've got 143 and 144 from Sheese Livestock. I think an excellent pair. You pick your poison on his four here. Pick one, pick two, pick them all, take all four. I'll bet you get a backdrop pick.
Yeah, again, 143 is the crinkled ear Barra. 144 is the other one. In next, we have Platte Show Pigs, and I believe based on our catalog here is probably tag 107, the crossbred entry, and I'm glad I used that deduction reasoning there. She's an Angry Orchard tricked out Godfather, obviously a light cross classifying gilt, one that they feel is definitely directly out of their keeper pen there, and obviously I think with the opportunity and expansion of light cross classes, good opportunity here for the buying public, but even one that I think could have some resale value at the end of the summer. Be out of the new house sow that Myers had that was reserved Grand Cross at Expo in 23. And again, AJ, this looks like one that you can take out early and often and still have some endpoint value as well. Very good type of a light cross gilt from Platte.
Yeah, Platte has brought you one that excuse me, Platte's brought you one that's got as wild a piece as maybe as any that came through last night in the blue division. Yanked out front, flat backed, and certainly carved up at the top side of her body there. I thought a unique one for sure. And again, she's got a big hind leg that works really well out here. Again, she's an Angry Orchard, back on a proven sow that's Platts have a lot of confidence in here. I think one that is broke, ready to roll. Again, you get her home and put her on feed, I think the opportunities are endless here.
Again, that's 107, 92.9's her ear notch. Angry Orchard, Tricked Out, Godfather. They're from Platt Show Pigs. Next, we've got the remaining trio of Platt Show Pig consignments, and obviously some Berkshires here. They are all from different litters, so I'll go ahead and read through tag 104, which is the one that Austin is on here in the back. That's a Rule the Roost Dig Deep, the only gilt in this litter out of the Foundation Heimer sow, mother of back-to-back reserve grain gilts at San Antonio and the champion Burt gilt barrow there in Perry that were at the top five on the Team Purebred side there at Perry. You've got tag 105, which I believe Mr. Kilmer's on here in the middle. That's a Rule the Roost top shelf. And again, these are late Januaries, and again, hogs that I think will still have some grow. Travis indicates obviously a little, just right out of the nursery here and a little on the younger side, but I certainly think these are ones you can push and have some grow. Definitely think that one's got a great quality type of skeleton. And then tag 106 is 11-1, Rule the Roost on Blessed, which is the Wintech sow. One that if you study what this sow's done, mating this winter, Hayden Everhart showed the champion Berkshire Gilt at Greeter's Cup and was 6th overall. Then she ended up being 4th overall Berkshire at Perry. To me, AJ, this is just a good group of feeding pigs, and I certainly think as competitive as the Berkshire shows have been, they have the look and the structure and just the balance to go ahead and compete at the end. These are the kind of hogs I think you get bought now and have a ton of upside. You don't have to worry about skeleton, just a really easy feeding kind, and just select the one that you like that has the extras, and I think you're going to have some success later on down the road.
Yeah, there's nobody that has dug into the Berkshire programs all across the country and put together as good and as high profile of sows as TP has over there. And last summer had a great run with his Berkshire program, and again, lots of those gilts and even sows found new homes based off the track record and based off of some of the stuff they won there. And again, these three to me look just like you said, to echo your comments, easy feeding, ones that you can put on feed and bid with confidence here that you've got loose skeletons, you've got the right kind of look from the side, you got hogs that are opened up with some blade and arm and chest and have natural width down low. Again, they're on the smaller side, but don't let that deter you here because I do think the opportunities are right in front of you. You pick your poison here and ride it to the end. I think a good trio from Platt Show Pigs.
Again, that's tag 104. That would be the Berkshire Gilt. And then tag 105 is 13-6. Tag 106 is 11-1. In next, we have Reynolds Farms. They're of Ohio, and tags 113, 114, and 178. 113 is the off litter 68-4. He's back. Kathmandu, mother of the 68s, would have raised Turbo there that stood at PBG and would have been sold in the draft. Also raised the champion Yorkshire Gilt at the 2024 Breeders' Cup, and so that's tag 113. I believe we've got one. That's the one that Austin's on right here. And then 114 and 178 are a pair of litter 78s. Dash 3 would be one of the gilts, and Dash 2 would be the other gilt. They are Ignites, Walks Alone. Mother of the 78s would be the reserve champion overall at the Ohio State Fair in 22. Also litter mate all by myself. And Ignite was that $10,000 boar from Summer Type last year that would have sold to Genetic Edge. and that one's mother was the Supreme Guild at the Ohio State Fair in 23. I remember her quite well, and I certainly think if you study what Chad's done here and put together for you, I think a really good trio of Yorkshires in a set of Yorkshires I know we're going to see throughout the day that offer a great deal of quality. And again, tags 113, 114, and 178.
Yeah, what better firm to tie into in a program that's over the years here that, they've worked at it and worked at it extremely hard. And hopefully Gary's tuning in at home. And, certainly prayers out to Gary and their family. Man, he's as tough a guy as I know. And he's a guy that I really enjoy visiting with. And so, Gary, I hope you're at home and enjoying your day. And certainly this set of trio that Reynolds has brought you, I thought is extremely, extremely good. The one there strolling across the center, a little cute gilt that's got a great running gear. She's got a big back leg and looks like her future is awesome. And again, you can buy her and just take her home and turn her up and let her rip. And I think you've got a very good project. She's neat out front. She's square out back. And a very good kind of a gilt. Austin's on one that's got a little more power. If you want to gravitate to shop more muscle, she's wide pinned and heavy structured as well. That bear is a load from end to end. He's got a big back and a big caboose to go with it. And again, the Yorkshire deal is probably maybe a little easier way to get you to some of the money here at Strike It Rich, and certainly a high quality bear. A good trio from Reynolds Farms. Looking forward to see where they end up.
Again, Reynolds Farms 113, 114, and 178. In next, we have Thompson Show Pigs tags 158 158 and 159. 158 is the dark cross bear there, and then 159 is the Duroc, and 158 is a first blood top shelf. Mom's littermate to the reserve heavyweight there at the 2024 Illinois State Fair. Littermates have brought 7,500 and 6,750 respectfully online. And then I think this 159 really captures your attention, AJ. This Dagger Air work of art. Grand Dam's the work of art style. It's littermate to the champion Duroc Gilt at San Antonio in 2024. And again, I saw both of these on Austin's social media here coming down, and I was intrigued to see them in person. And I tell you, if you're tuning in online, they're even better in person. And then again, I think a really good pair. I'll let AJ talk these, but certainly I think some quality here from Thompson Show Pigs.
Yeah, there's no doubt that this pair, when they hit last night, they hit pretty hard. And I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that every one of these pigs that comes through is a board prospect and sing the song and dance there. But I do think the red pig has a wild, wild look. He's got great big limbs. He's got a stout generating head. He's got a square back leg. He's got a great big upper hip. And to me, looks like a championship red bear. And again, if you've got sows that need power and or just need a boar that will generate and make bears to win, make gilts to win, I thought that pig was very, very impressive and a resounding easy Duroc winner last evening. The crossbred, again, he speaks for himself. Catch him on the side, and he's as captivating as any. He's round in his body. He's certainly got the big muscles up top, and then again, the look and view going away is big, wide, and square. I thought Austin reached in and kept two back for Strike It Rich. I think he's wanting to get some of the kitty for some of his families there, because I do think that these two could get you to the money.
Yeah, again, a really good pair here from Thompson Show Pigs. 159 is the Duroc, 158 is the Dark Cross. In next is Robin Ridge Farms, and I believe dropping in the pair of light crosses, 116 and 117. They're a pair of Littermate 69s. Thunder Rolls, which was the boar that Mike would have purchased there a year ago at PT and now is at Crossroads on a driver sow. That would be a gilt he purchased there from Moyer, obviously sired by driver. And again, I think you study these two and you think about, again, what I mentioned earlier in the light cross divisions. Man, they've got the kind of structure and imbalance that Mike demands out of his stock, but then some of the extras as well in terms of stoutness of feature and balance and extension. I think this is a very nice pair of light cross gilts, AJ, 116 and 117. 116 is the one that I'd say has more white that Mike's driving. 117 is the more traditional blue blanketed one.
Yeah, both of these look high quality to me and high rent to boot. They've got a stout forehead. They got a neat look ahead of their blade. They both are very, very heavy structured, and their captivating look, and couple that with the fact they got a big square wide upper pin and they set squarely as they go away. Again, this pair, when they came through, I sorted them one way. I'm guessing the sale may sort them another way. It doesn't really matter to me. What I will tell you is Mike has brought you a pair of white gilts that can climb to the top at any show, at a county level, at a jackpot show, at a state fair. Again, I think you could feel confident on either one of these gilts and putting them on your team and kind of positioning yourself for the summer. Again, a high-quality pair. Thought, again, they're as far-reaching a blue gilts as we saw come through.
Again, that's 116. That's the one that Mike's on. 117 is the other one that's got a little more blue on her. Going to drop in the next pair here from Robin Ridge Farm, and we'll start with 118 here. May just drop this one in. It looks like the Yorkshire, no hesitation, landmine, dynamite, and again, just what you'd expect from Robin Ridge in terms of a Yorkshire female. I think those of you that have been following this breed, no hesitation really needs no introduction of what he has done. And then you think about the landmine dynamite, and if you've followed Mike's program and know what those sows and those type of matings have produced, I think, again, if you're hunting a purebred gilt that you can have some versatility on, of one that I think you can jackpot and show early but also still be competitive at the end, I think 118 certainly can make those calls.
Not only a good show gilt, but I think a good sow. She looks just like one of those easy keeping, heavy structured gilts that you got the lot. And when you're done showing her, if you're a guy that's got sows around, it looks like she just hang out, raise you a bunch of pigs, make you a bunch of sellable pigs, and then make you pigs that can get to the backdrop because of the added structure, the added feature, the fact that she's set squarely in her hind legs. She's sturdy in terms of her front foot out here. Again, and I think her show career, again, can be as bright as any because of the added structure, the added feature that Mike has bred into this particular female. And again, backed by years and years of work and dedication from a great firm, a great man. I think an excellent kind of a Yorkshire female.
Again, that's tag 118. That's Robin Ridge's Yorkshire gilt entry. In next is the final entry from Robin Ridge. This is tag 119. Ear notch is 4-1. This is an in the woods unmatched. And again, I think this is the kind of Berkshire Barra that you can bring in. And again, he's one that strikes me as an easy feeding one. His structure's totally in check. And I think his indicators show he's going to continue to have stoutness. I would tell you that in the woods boar that was purchased last year was probably as intriguing of an animal that I saw last summer that was offered, and Crossroads ends up acquiring there in the draft. And again, I think regardless of color and breed, when you've got a hip and rear leg like that and still have that kind of stoutness and look, AJ, you judge enough of these that those are usually going to go right towards the top, and then you combine that with those extras. I think, again, from a purebred Barra standpoint, as you're looking to compete at your state fairs, I certainly think this one is one that needs to be on your short list.
Absolutely, and there's sure enough of them as they come through the gates that are a little flat in their arm and a little skinny up front. And I tell you that one's big arm, big chested, stout, round bodied, and has the engine to last a while. He's one that's still got shape up top, and again got the running gear from the side profile and got the great big upper hip and plenty of muscle to go with it. Again, Robin Ridge has brought you a good set of 4 here. Again, will be fun to watch and see who takes a piece of the kitty at Strike It Rich here at the end of the summer. I think this Berkshire male is high quality. Great work tonight.
Again, that's tag 119 and in the woods unmatched.
Burks, Autry.
All right, in the ring now, if you're following along in your program, we're going to jump ahead to tag 5 from Autry Show Pigs, Hampshire Male Pig. And again, I've had the opportunity to go to Brad's here and the crew several times in the last year to look at boards for our events. And I tell you, this guy's mating, and when you see him, is no accident. He's a John Redcorn, which was the high-selling board at the Indiana State Fair there in August, on a Dare to Be Different, Stop the Madness, which is actually the anti-sow. Man, if you've studied that sow line and what those animals can do, it's pretty easy to predict. And man, if you want to talk about a Hampshire male hog that I think has the extras and still, AJ, one of the things that I've talked a lot about here lately is bears still have to have muscle. They're market animals, and not only does he have that, but he has it in the right kind of muscle package for this breed. I think this is a very intriguing one from Autry Show Pigs.
Yeah, the Hampshire males last night were deep, and so I would challenge you to dig in and get in where you fit in, because there was so many different bears that offered high ceilings, and I thought this bear initially is got a stout head, a neat look out front. He's sturdy-footed, and yet he's opened up. He's a bear that, like Clay said, has muscle, real muscle up top. Looks like he's great in terms of his body shape. He's big out back, and again, Autry is a firm that whether they're selling breeding stock or getting pigs to the backdrop, I think is a pretty logical place for you to land. You got a great firm standing behind them, all the help you'd ever need, and again, the genetic package that would allow you to bid with confidence that this pig can go a long way. I think an excellent pig here from Autry Show Pigs.
Again, that's Autry Show Pigs, tag 5, Hampshire board. Again, a swine farm in here next with a pair of them, 175 and 176. 175 is the Duroc gilt there. She's an all the way, born this way statement day, would be a 3/4 sib to the reserve Duroc and 7th overall at the Breeders' Cup. And then 176 is the spot male pig there, a Time Machine Titan. Titan Dam is a first litter out of the mother of their 3rd overall gilt at the CPS in 2024. And I think both these hogs are very high quality, as you'd expect from Brandon and his crew. And again, you just studying the Duroc, I don't know if you can put together a more relevant and potent pedigree than that one there. And again, what red females from that firm have done and gone on to be competitive. And again, I don't probably get to see as many spot males as a lot of people, but man, I think that one has some far-reaching pieces for that breed relative to his skull shape, his structure, his high-quality feet and toes. Again, I think that's a very good pair from Yanis.
Yeah, just two, and again, the red gilt to me is one of those high-end kind of show gilts, and again, it's just a matter of who buys her and where they show her at as far as kind of who gets to the backdrop and who gets to take the picture, because she's stout-headed, she's square, she's sturdy in terms of her feet, she's square in terms of her feet, transitions into a round body and got a great square hind leg out here. Again, Yanis has won as much as anybody and is critical and just as focused, if you will. I'll promise you, when he loaded these two pigs, he loaded two to kind of come get the money and to help families get to the Strike It Rich pot. That spot male, again, when he hit last night, a beautiful pattern from the side, square off of both ends of his body, and again, round in his rib, and he's got good four-rib shape for a little spotted pig and still maintains squareness out back. I thought this was an excellent pair, and again, I would have confidence to go back to the pens and visit with Brandon on this pair. Again, to have both pigs whip broke to drive them at the same time means he's pretty proud of them.
Yeah, and again, 175 is the Duroc Gilt, and 176 is the Spot Male Pig. Again, I think those are a pair you need to kick back in the back as well. In next is RNC, tag 115. Ear notch is 45.7. This is a Dynasty Leicester Tamworth boar. And again, you think about what Justin and his firm have done in this breed, and as well as others here in the last few years. I would say this offering here at Strike It Rich is no mistake. And again, AJ, I'll let you talk this one because I don't think there really needs to be much commentary. I think he pretty well speaks for himself.
Yeah, again, the Hamps were deep, the Tams were deep, and this one's as far-reaching as any. Again, he is great in terms of his body shape. His pattern and build from the side and reach from the side is off the charts and off the hook. That view right there coming to you will get you to the pens and certainly get you the redrive, and you will be in the mix with this pig. It's just a matter of ownership. He's got a beautiful head. He's stout about his head and yet durable in terms of his structure out here. Again, I just thought high ceiling here, lots and lots of interest, I'm sure. Again, looks like a boar maybe even because he's got the wild generating look out ahead of his blade with that forearm and foot size. Thought a nice one here from RNC, and again, I'd be real proud here.
Yeah, and again, I'd say based on the history of this sale and this particular breed, this one I'd say would have a chance to go ahead and move forward and advance this breed as a potential sire. But again, if you're hunting a Barra, I would certainly say that there aren't going to be many that have that kind of chest floor, that stoutness, and still that kind of look and presence. That's tag 115 from RNC. In next, we've got Christie Hog Farms. They're from Michigan, and we've got a Landrace and a Hampshire. The Landrace is an after hours on a Road Dog's littermate sister. Road Dog would have been the boar that sold at Summer Type there a few years ago, and I thought one of the better Landrace boars that we've offered at one of our events that stood at Upper Hand. Sowline has put 4 boars into stud and generated over 25 Landrace breed champions. Certainly think that one there, from that standpoint, the guesswork is done for you from a mating perspective. And AJ, I heard you mention that you thought the Hamp males were deep, and we've only seen 2 so far, and I think they're pretty good. This one here is lot 25. Do Not Disturb, exclamation dark side. And again, Christie say this is one of the favorite Hampshires they've ever offered. Mom was the reserve champion Hamp there from Meeker at Summer Type. A littermate to Quotation that was at Upper Hand. And that Do Not Disturb boar I know is at the collection, and I've heard a lot about that boar and again what he can do for the belted breed. And again, I think one of the neat things about Strike It Rich is as you're looking at maybe trying to get access to the additional premiums and support these events, these are 2 purebreds that in my opinion, I think you can have, I guess, a little better statistical advantage just in terms of what your options and versatility are, and still buying 2 very high quality prospects that I would expect could compete.
Yeah, when Aaron loaded these two, I know that he was darn sure proud of them, and I'd be right there with him here. And honestly, the Hampshire male comes back today. He looks fuller and just bolder and broader. Again, he's got a great look from the side. He's got a flag tail and a level hip, and again, a high-end kind of Hampshire male. He's sound on his feet and legs, and the view coming to you is big, broad, and square down low. I think a very an interesting Hampshire pig, and again, they were deep. You pick your poison there, because I do think that there will be 1, 2, or 4, or 5 of these things get real close at a state fair here in the Midwest. And he brought us a landrace female. We saw pictures of her leading up to this deal. She is looks like a lady. She again is square down low, good-footed, and then still just so ladylike and feminine in terms of her maturity pattern out here. I do think that both of these pigs that Aaron loaded up, he's as convicted about these things as anybody I know, and so I would challenge you to visit with him. I challenge you to get him out back, because I thought he brought us a great pair for Strike It Rich.
Again, tag 24 is the landrace gilt. Tag 25 is the Hampshire Barra. Kent Bratton and family here in the ring. And Becca, I'm glad you brought all the good help here and left everybody else home to take care of stuff. I thought just leading into this event, as I was studying stuff coming here on social media and what people had posted, I was very excited to see Bratton's group here in person. And I definitely, if you're tuning in online, I would say they exceed expectations if you're standing here ringside watching them. So tag 71, that's a Chester Barra, a double dipping, manpower, never lose focus. Mother's a mate to the highly decorated Geyer gilt from 23 that sold for $16,000 at the end of the summer. That sow's also the same mother as the third overall gilt at the NBS and the youngest class winner at Expo, and also mother of the Hogue gilt there in summer of 2024, and was fifth overall at Expo. And again, I would tell you, if you're studying Chester pedigrees, that one has made as many decorated Chester animals as maybe any. Lot 72 is the Can't See Me landrace boar. 32-1 is his ear notch. Track record, hustle and flow, timing's right. Sal is the mother of the 2025 landrace boar that's at Wintex that would have sold in the draft. Littermate would have been had a good career there. And Mom is the track record Sal that was third overall at Jasper County and champion landrace at 2023. And this is what I thought was interesting, AJ, and I figured if we got deep enough in there, Grandma would be the world record selling landrace gilt that Geyers would have sold there a few years ago that brought $54,000, and really just the ties all of the landrace pieces together there for Bratton's. And then we got tag 73, that's the spot pig. 4-1, hit the ditch, white line, speak up. Mother is the sister of the champion spot gilt at Kansas City and just raised the third overall spot bearer at the Georgia National. And again, if either of these two males are kept intact, Bratton's would like to keep their names on the pedigree and potentially sample a couple doses on. And again, I think that's an indication of what they think of these for sure, and the opportunity that they could utilize. Make sure you visit with any of them from that crew. But again, I think that's an exceptional trio from Kent Bratton and family.
Yeah, and you're buying from a firm that's got as long a track record as any in the business as far as getting breed hogs to the backdrop. I mean, Kent and his family and his kids here are just hustling and putting together good livestock. And I thought this trio, as they come in, again, sound, functional, square, no holes. I was probably a little hard on the spot bearer last night, because when he comes and hits today, to me, that's an elevated one that's got a sharp look out front. He's broad down low, and he's really durable in terms of his feet and structure out here. The Chester Bear is as wild looking as any Chester you'll find in terms of being elevated and yet still cracked open down low, still square up top. Got a long, useful square upper pin, and just a flexible kind of a no-holes bear that I bet you the longer the summer goes, the smile is going to get bigger, and you're going to just continue to take more and more pictures. The landrace here, again, has put as many to the backdrop as any in the landrace breed. And again, this bear exudes quality. He's sharp. He's muscular. Again, he's square. He's a little greener and immature. It's all right there. I think a very high quality trio. Certainly proud and happy to offer these at Strike It Rich for Kent Bratton.
Yeah, and again, the landrace and the spot are both intact, and I would say definitely on that pair, there's opportunity to have some breeding value from those. So again, 71 is the Chester Barra, 72 is the landrace boar, and 73 is the spot boar, all from Kent Bratton and family. In next is Porter Livestock with tag 108, a patent pending, told you so. This Hereford boar, the grandma would have originated from Corrier's, bred nearly identical to the Reserve Barrow at Indiana last year. That was third overall Barrow in 2024, as they were both patents on this sow line. And again, I think if you're hunting a breed hog that's got extension, skeletal quality, and still the right pieces to mature into one that's got plenty of muscle and shape, I think 108 certainly makes those calls.
Yeah, Garrett's doing a good job here, and again, goes back to Corrier Sow, and this pig hits. He's three-dimensional is what I like. He's got a big round rib. He's got a square upper hip, and what's interesting for this breed is rear feet and toes at the surface work extremely good. He's got flex and give at the ground. He's got a big arm and a big chest, and looks like a easy feeding kind of a Hereford Barrow. Again, backed with a great pedigree, a great family here. I know Garrett's hustling and certainly cutting his own path here, and so he's brought you one, and I guarantee you when he loaded him, he was darn sure proud of him. I think this is an excellent Hereford Barrow prospect. Please go look him up in the back. Again, he's a told you so, or patent pending, told you so, 18-3.
Again, that's Porter Livestock, tag 108. In next is a crossbred dark cross gilt from Albright Swine Farm. She's a Mindset out for blood, and I was going to mention what Mindset had done kind of at San Antonio, and then Doug, I read over to the next part of the notes and realized that, well, that's pretty irrelevant when you consider the fact that she's a full sib to that dark cross Barrow last week at San Antonio. So again, a full sib to the reserve dark cross, and I know that pig had a lot of chatter as I was listening and hearing reports out of San Antonio. Mindset has been on an absolute run here as of late with that barrow, and some that have been very competitive over the winter, including some that got in the mix there at Perry. And again, if you're hunting a dark cross gilt that I think has some high level show value, but also if you want to keep her and breed her, can certainly move your sow program forward, or if you want to try and sell her at the end of the summer and capture some additional ROI, I think this tag 4 from Albright can do that.
Yeah, Dougie Fresh has brought you a good one for sure. And again, just that commentary, full sib to the reserve dark cross at San Antonio brings value. You've got genetic predictability here, and then visually appraise the gilt. She's a big arm gilt, sharp out front, and again, Dougie doesn't load one up just for fun and games. He brought you a crossbred gilt. There's not a bunch of them back there, but what I will tell you, they're very, very good. And this one here, let out for fun, in my opinion. Again, if you're just tuning in online, she's impressive in person, as impressive as in person is what she looks to you there on the live feed. And again, Dougie, you're getting your steps in because she's fast. She's a little more athletic than you are. But what I will tell you, the gilt's high quality. Albright Swine Farm, I bet you Pat was brushing on this one at home before Dougie loaded it up.
Again, this is tag 4 from Albright Swine Farm, Mindset out for blood. Zimmerman Hog Farm in next, and a firm that again really needs no introduction, and particularly in this breed. This is tag 177, double dipping white buffalo, a Chester gilt, and they make in the notes they think this one has as much show ring presence as any they've offered, and I would tell you I would agree with that, but also I think her pedigree is probably as intriguing of one within this breed that we may have offered, maybe in comparison as we study through the offering here. But Grand Dam of this one produced Crown's Prince, which was the 60,000 boar at the 2024 2024 Summer Type Conference. Dam's offspring have hung 33 banners last year. And again, if you study this gilt's foot quality, her reach, her range of motion, and then consider that she's out of the very popular double dipping boar on what we know is that predictable pedigree on the bottom side, I think tag 177 again is a very high level Chester.
Absolutely. From a great firm that's doing an awesome job. It's got a bunch of good sows, and that guy does it to old school. He's still breeding he's still breeding hogs out there, and this one exudes quality. She's got a great big pin set and then maintains squareness. She's got great shape to her body. She still looks like a lady. Again, she's sturdy in terms of her feet and doesn't look like she's going to give out on you in that regard. And then I think the longer the feeding window goes on this one, the happier you become, because she just looks like she'd be a great big show gilt. Again, from a great farm, Zimmerman's got it going on out there. I thought a nice Chester gilt for sure.
Again, that's tag 177 from Zimmerman Hog Farms of Nebraska. In next is Rodenbeck Show Stock, tag 120. All the way, Bury My Bones Next Chapter Duroc Gilt. And that Bury My Bones Next Chapter sow, if you follow the Rodenbeck firm, she has been an absolute generator. Raised the 3rd overall gilt at the 2024 Indiana State Fair. Also the 3rd in D3 Reserve Duroc at California Youth Expo. 3rd overall at the 2025 Expo. 5th overall gilt at the 2025 Summer Spectacular, and then that gilt that was also the high seller and tied record seller for Myers family last year at the Summer Type Conference. And again, I think you just study the female after you read off the accolades of the sow, and knowing that she's an all the way. Her structure, her head carriage, her foot and toe quality, very good high quality gilt here from Rodenbeck's.
Yeah, Rodenbeck's brought you a nice one, and again, all the way, cut a big path last summer, and I would expect that deal to continue as guys continue to dig back in on him and his sons for what he brings to the table, and this one's no exception. Stout-headed, round-bodied, square-legged. I thought just a very high-quality gilt. Get her off to the side. She posts up extremely good. Again, kind of a no holes, no excuses, kind of a red female. Bid with confidence, and certainly will be one your kiddos when you get her home. Not going to give you any fits. I think, again, the longer it goes, her ceiling is very high. Rodenbeck's brought you one of those reds. We'll see you later on this summer with her.
Again, that's tag 120, Rodenbeck Show Stock, all the way, Bury My Bones Next Chapter. Jennings Show Stock in here, tag 61 and 62. 61 is the spot barrow, 62 is the spot gilt, and obviously a firm that, and relative to this breed, has been as competitive and as just racking up as many banners and breed influencers as about any. The 61 is the barrow, as I mentioned. Spartan, no word. Spartan just sired the champion spot gilts at San Antonio, Angelo, and Reserve at Fort Worth. The dam of this one just produced a grand gilt and reserve spot barrow at Arizona National, and she's also the dam of T-Swift there, that one that sold at Tulsa that was reserve grand. The gilt pig here is a Spartan off the record, and Spartan, as we just mentioned, just produced all those champion spot gilts there at San Antonio, Angelo, and the reserve there at Fort Worth. And again, Jennings just happens to make these spots, I think, that are just very different looking. They're still extremely high quality, and especially if you're hunting a one that has some value after you're done showing, I would sure think coming from this program, this gilt has some value. Again, 61 is the barrow, 62 is the gilt.
Yeah, there's no question. They kept these tucked up in the back and probably did so for a reason, because I do think they are high quality kind of a gilt and a barrow. Both of these things have the big ring look from the side profile, and then they got the big furry paws, and then they're square. off of both ends of their body. They've got muscle, they've got blade, they've got arm, and their track record speaks for itself. But everywhere you go, either a Jennings sired pig or one that they've bred is winning at the highest level. And so I can assure you, bid with confidence, that bear's got as wild pieces as any. The gilt looks like a lady and yet still really sound and functional. Again, you'll have some elbow grease to put in when you get them home, but again, well worth it. I think a very, very good pair here from Jennings.
Again, 61 is the barrow, 62 is the gilt. In next, we've got an entry from Strieber Genetics, tag 147, Relentless Tricked Out, which would be OG's sister. Mother is OG's sister, as we just indicated, and just raised the bronze overall at the PCJLS. And again, Strieber's one that, this guy has assembled as many good hogs and barrows that have won at major shows in the Southwest and across the country as anybody. His boar pigs have gone on and generated, and he's kind of built them all around a particular line and how he wants to make them. This boar pig here, I would just tell you again, there's some of you that are hunting barrow prospects. This one to me looks like he could have some high-end value as a potential service sire. It is hard to make one that has that kind of look, that kind of just back shape, and still that type of running gear, and still have all the extras as well. And sorry, AJ, I started just kind of mowing your grass there for a minute, but I think this one's pretty striking and captures your attention relatively quick.
Hey, when you're rolling, let it roll. I do think, again, he's sired by Relentless, and those that are paying attention, I think the Relentless thing is lit, and it's getting ready to just keep rolling because I do think there's lots of pigs down in Oklahoma and Texas sired by Relentless that are getting along, and then you bring a pig out of a sow. OG's sister and OG did about as good as any. I'd say you combine those two pedigrees and then visually appraise this one. I think everything fits, matches, and kind of checks the boxes, right? You get it in your mind of what you think they'd be, and then he drives one out that is long out front, really big arms, sturdy-footed, round-bodied, and again, square coming and leaving you there, and then has that striking look when you stand off from 10 to 15. I think this is an excellent barrow boar. You kind of pick where you're going to sit on that. We'll let the auctioneer kind of determine ownership here after a bit.
Again, that's tag 147 from Strieber Genetics. Good job on that one, Dakota. I think that one, again, very unique and a great offering here at Strike It Rich. In next, we'll have Savage Genetics. Got to get pulse on our tag numbers here. I figured that's what we would do. 131 is the Hampshire Barra. 128 obviously is the Duroc Gilt, and all that seen enough on the Duroc. And again, all that is the very popular red boar there that stands at PBG. Gilt has the mother's build length ahead of her blade and just certainly looks like a big ring winner. That 61 liter they are very excited about, and certainly I think as you study a gilt that's got a good type of structure, she meets that call. And then the black-legged hairy bear son is 345 Hampshire Barra. He has been a barn favorite there, and certainly think as you think about being competitive in the Strike It Rich program, his skeleton, his look, his presence, and still having that good kind of Hampshire muscle and squareness, certainly I think can do it at a very high level. I'll share a little bit more about pedigree on the litter mate here, gilt, that we're going to see us in a second. But this is 128, the Duroc gilt, 131, the Hampshire Barra.
Yeah, absolutely. Todd and Donnie didn't load these up just to play around. I thought both, when they come through, are high-end type of prospects. That Hampshire Barra is great in terms of his body. As we talked, the Hampshires were deep. And again, you can dig in and grab any one of about 5 or 6 of these things as they come to you, as they suit you, and probably be very, very happy at the end of the summer. That thing looks like he could be a great, great big pig. The red gilt is so sound structured. She's got feature. Again, she's level and long about her hip, and then sets in squarely behind and looks like a feeder's dream as you take her and just roll the coals to her. I thought the first 2 here from Savage, very, very nice.
Again, tag 128, the Duroc gilt, 131, the Hampshire Barrow. So in next, I think we're going to drop in the pair of the Savage Hampshire gilts, 129 and 130. We'll figure out which one is which here momentarily, but I would say, again, if you're hunting a firm that has had as much competitive advantage and success in the Hampshire gilt ring, this would certainly be one of them. 130 is the one that Miss Wolka's on there at the end. That's more, I'd say traditionally belted. The other one's belt is good, just a little wider there. But she's a 129 tag number. Hairy Bear, excuse me, I'm messing this up already. 130 is this one in front of me. She's the Hairy Bear 345. One of the neatest litters that they've put together, and this would be one of the only Hairy Bears that they've offered to sell publicly. She's certainly one that I think will capture your attention. And again, her skeleton, and you talk about this firm's ability to have upside ROI on whether you keep these gilts or you end up selling them at the end of the summer. They certainly do that. The 129, again, as I mentioned, is the one that's got the little white foot and maybe the wider belt there. She's an Indian feather, 345. This one's photo I thought was very intriguing coming to the event. She's got great proportions, an incredible pedigree. And the one thing, AJ, I feel a little bit like Adam Schefter. I got some breaking news in all these trades and acquisitions. I was informed here this morning that Hairy Bear, who's had pretty limited access to Hampshire breeders across the country, he is now being acquired by Premium Blend and will have access to everyone across the country to utilize that boar. And I think if you've followed the Hampshire game, if you saw that boar a year ago at Belton, I think he has as much opportunity to make an impact in this breed as about anybody. And you have the opportunity to get one of the first gilts out of that boar here today to the public.
Neat deal to jump right to the head of the line and to start a little quicker and a little faster paced to that pedigree and to that boar. And I know this pair, when they hit last night, I thought, man, there's 2 Hampshire gilts that could have an awesome summer in terms of which backdrop they get to. We're going to find out here after a bit. But again, they're sound, they're comfortable, they're setting their skeleton squarely. Again, they look ladylike in terms of femininity, and yet at the same time, they still have muscularity. I do think that Todd and Donnie, again, brought you 2 high quality Hampshire females. Again, one sired by Indian Feather, the other by Hairy Bear. Again, I don't think you can go wrong. You pick the one you like. You pick the one that suits your feeding style and your home as well as any. And then certainly hit those guys up. They'd love to help you. Thought a nice pair here from Savage.
Again, 129 is the wider belted gilt, the Indian Feather 345, 130 the Hairy Bear 345. In next, we're going to have a grouping from Decker Show Pigs, and it looks like we're going to drop in the first pair here. What are the tag numbers on those ladies? 32 and what's the tag number?
30 and 32.
Okay, thank you. We're going to have both the males out first, it looks like. 30 is the boar pig that's to the moon, top it off jet black. That one would go back to being the Reserve Supreme at OYE. Sal is the Gilcrease's reserve champion at OIE in 24. Just raised Kinley Hills champion Burke there in 4th overall at the Summer Spectacular. Also the one that had just a ton of success at a great deal of jackpots. And again, as you know what Chad and his crew do down there in terms of assembling Berkshires that work, I would sure think this one would have an upside potential to be a potential herd sire. That's tag 30. And then 32 is the Barrow. Saying breaking barriers and Barrow and Berkshire all in one phrase is a little challenging, AJ. So breaking barriers, Berkshire Barrow, special effect family jewels on the bottom side. Mom is Jackman's 4th overall gilt there at the Expo. They believe this is one of the deepest litters of Berkshires they've ever produced, and that's saying something coming from this particular firm. This litter has had the champion Burke Gilt Summer Type Conference Reserve at Summer Spectacular, champion Burke Barrett California State Fair, 5th overall at the NJSS, and the style line is very deep and just produced Tate Welch's champion Burke Gilt, and 5th overall at Kansas City. Again, 30 and 32.
Well, certainly a good pair, and I'd wonder what the betting odds are on Decker and the $25,000 jackpot and him getting a piece of it with a Berkshire pig by the end of the summer. I would say the odds are a little greater here because of the track record of that firm, because of what these guys have done at the house, and then how these pigs go on and feed for their customers. I thought when this pair came through last night, again, 32 speaks for himself. If you want a good show pig that has as much upside as any, I'd say just keep bidding. Click bid if you're at home, and certainly if you're standing here, just keep waving your hand until he says sold. The other bear, again, lot 30, a stout one for sure. Extra feature, broad, dense, thick, all things you could say. Decker's got it going on here with a pair of Berkshire males.
Again, tag 30 is the Berkshire Boar, tag 32 is the Barrow.
Float. Hot mic.
So in next, we're dropping in the pair of Berkshire Gilts. Tag 31 is the one closest to me. She's a breaking barriers, top it off, litter mate to Above and Beyond. Above and Beyond obviously still winning as many shows as ever. Grandma was the incredible Burt Gilt that Courtney Jackman showed and won with that summer, and mates have been very well received in their online sales. And if you follow Decker's online sales, that's a pretty large compliment and stake to say there. 33 is the Gilt now that's closest to me. To the Moon, Top Shelf, Speak Now. Sal's the mother of Balance's 4th overall reserve Gilt at the 2025 Winter National in Perry, and Mendoza's champion Gilt there at Cal Palace. Grandma would have been the reserve supreme for Varner's at OIE. Mother Bulletproof, Jackman's 3rd overall Gilt at the Indiana State Fair, and Klein's 3rd overall Barrow at the Indiana State Fair. And they believe this is one of their best Berkshire sows. And again, if you're wanting to buy a show gilt, I'd certainly think that these two can answer that call. But again, if you're wanting to build a Berkshire breeding program and go ahead and still have some high-end ROI, I do think both of these gilts answer this call, 31 and 33.
The interesting thing to me is these gilts contrast quite a bit, and so you've got the opportunity to dig into power pack pedigrees in both of them, but then you've got the ability here as you just stand and sit and watch them go. You've got one that's beautiful patterned, upright, and just bigger and elevated, and certainly has a great look that, again, has a running gear that can go for days. And then you've got the wild-looking one with the big muscles that still, for as much as she got, or as much as she has, I think she stays in check. Again, that's one that won't take a lot of feed. and certainly one that has as high a ceiling as you can make if all things come together. But I thought an awesome pair here from Decker, and again, backed Power Pack pedigrees from a great firm, willing to help you all out if you are in the Berkshire business. Sow or show gilt, again, both of these fit extremely good. Congratulations to them on an excellent set of 4 here at Strike It Rich.
Again, 31 Berkshire gilt, breaking barriers, top it off. 33 To the Moon, top shelf, speak now. In next is a pair of Hampshire male hogs, a boar and a barrow from Schillinger Farms. And again, I saw the pedigree on these, and I was very intrigued, and I think they match exactly what I was expecting them to look like phenotypically. These pair of litter 20s are Mach 1 slow down ice from a bred purchase from High Point. That Mach 1 boar I thought was as extreme as any last summer, and the pigs that I have seen out of him have been very high quality. And again, you've got the option for a boar or a barrow pick here, and if obviously if you purchase the boar pig to make a barrow, you have that option. 132 and 133. 133 would be the off belt. And again, if you think about what the reserve barrow last year at Indy was a slowdown that Schillinger's raised. This pedigree, as I mentioned, is very intriguing. And again, coming from a bred from High Point and then also from Schillinger's, I would expect, again, these pigs have a ton of upside potential. And again, it's a very intriguing pair. I'll let AJ talk these, but certainly think that, again, this pair here, if you're hunting a Hampshire male hog, certainly has some intrigue and some value.
Absolutely. When those two hit last night, I thought, man, those are wild-looking little baby Hampshire hogs that still have muscle. They still maintain squareness. Certainly are hogs that from the side would please the biggest critics and then step out back. They both maintain squareness. They're both broad when they come to you. They got the wild look out ahead of their blade, and I think they're creased up, they're square. Their maturity looks right for me for a Hampshire male, and so again, they're out of a High Point bred purchase. Schillinger's got it going on here. I thought an excellent pair. Again, I think the future is bright here. Again, it'll be interesting to see who buys. It'll be interesting to see where they land because they're backdrop bound.
Again, that's 132, 133, pair of littermate 20s, Mach 1, slow down, ice. In next is 134 from Schillinger Farms, 28-2. This is a Dreamsicle Tater Tears Tamworth boar. Dreamsicle at High Points and bred to one of their up-and-coming young sows. And again, their firm has been known for putting together some really high-quality tams here over the last few years. Looks like to me you've got the opportunity again from a mating decision standpoint. You can do a couple things here, or you can castrate this barrow and expect to be highly competitive. Again, Dreamsicle Tater Tears from Schillinger.
Absolutely, and the tams were good last night. They were deep, and certainly this one is no slouch. Got muscle, he's sound, he's good-footed, he's good in terms of the shape to his body. He's got the stout head, and then you just like him when you get off to the side because he's good structured, great on his feet and legs out here. And again, boar or barrow, you kind of pick your end point or what you're going to do, use him and utilize him for. But I do think they have a great track record with this breed, and again, a high ceiling. This is a tam bear you can bid and buy with confidence. I thought a nice one here from Schillinger. Congratulations to them.
Again, that is tag 134 from Schillinger Farms. High Point Genetics in here. Believe this is tag 56. Is that correct? Yep. Mach 1 True Value Hampshire Boar Pig. And again, very excited about these Mach 1s. We talked about that earlier. Sal's litter mate raised the reserve champion Hamp Gilt at the Illinois State Fair. And again, I would tell you here, High Point needs no introduction to the Hampshire game, but here as of late have been on as strong as a run of about anybody. And again, I understand why they're highlighting this one as an individual, because if you're sitting here where AJ and I, it is hard of any color or breed or kind of swine to make a chest floor and a skull shape and a forearm and a foot like that. This is tag 56, Hampshire Boar Pig, Mach 1 True Value from High Point.
Yeah, Brent's not messing around here. He brought one that play ball, in my opinion. I enjoyed visiting with him last night. It'd been a while, and certainly caught up there, and lots of fun. That guy's rich in history. And again, he's still clicking on all cylinders here because if you can bring a bear or boar prospect out that puts together the wild parts that this one does, he's a Hampshire bear or boar prospect that's got real muscle up top. He's got real muscle out back, and then it's really square. Off of his hind leg, he's got bend and flex and give at the ground. His rear toes look like they set to the surface. Extremely, extremely good. And then he's intimidating as he comes right to you. It looks like to me this Mach 1 thing's for real. Congratulations to Brent here. And again, I thought a high-end Hampshire. Again, we've talked about it through this preview. The Hampshire males have been very, very deep. You can pick one of about any of these things, but my list starts here, Clay.
Yeah, again, that's tag 56, 41-4, Mach 1 True Value from High Point. Dropping in a pair here, 57 and 58 from High Point. 57 is the Hampshire, 58 is the Spot Boar Pig. We'll start with the Hampshire Mach 1 Ice. And again, they make in the note Showbearer Supreme, and they like him a great deal. And I would say that's about as many notes as you need to provide from the crew there in Chrisman, because that kind of sums up that pig. The Spot is an only one whiskey double Spot Boar Pig. Full sib to the champion high selling gilt at CPS in 2025. Mother and grandmother were champion spots at Illinois State Fair in 21 and 22. Half sib to the champion spot gilt there at the Tennessee Youth Expo. That litter has been very popular there, and you can see why. I think, again, another very strong offering and pair here from High Point.
Yeah, again, we just had the boar prospect bury in, and then Brent drops two more in, another Hampshire sire by Mach 1, and again, beautiful pattern, beautiful look, long out front, and then maintains squareness coming and going. His side profile is second to none. He's a big arm type of a bear that rounds to his the center part of his body extremely, extremely good. I think the ceiling is very high here to make them that broad and then still bendy off of their hind end is difficult to do. I thought their spot bear was interesting to me. He's elevated and yet sharp about his lines and edges, and yet at the same time he's got real muscle. He maintains squareness. His arm and front foot to me is unique for that breed. I think as he comes to you, stays in check and then just looks like the feeding type of a spot bearer. Again, here's an opportunity from High Point. He's brought you three excellent prospects. I thought these two here fit the mold.
Again, 57 is the Hampshire Bear, 58 is the Spot Boar. In next, a 162 from Vickery Show Pigs, a Pay Your Bills High and Tight. That High and Tight would have originated from McGrew and actually was the NJSA Foundation female we would have sold there last summer, affectionately known as Ice Cream. And this would be, again, as you look at what this program and this sale does, I would say, again, if you're just playing the odds game, to get a landrace bear of this quality, his skeletal build, his look, and obviously, again, with just regardless of the breeds out here, I think this one has some pretty far-reaching pieces. This is a very good, high-quality landrace bear out of the very popular Pay Your Bills boar on a sow and a gilt that really needs a no introduction. Again, this is 162 from Vickery Show Pigs.
Yeah, Brett and family brings you an excellent prospect here. And again, initial appraisal is that bear is always going to be sleek out front. He's going to have look when the rest don't. He's going to motor when the rest tie down. And just a beautiful pattern and a beautiful look. He's a little more immature, but that doesn't scare me the least because he's square at the base of his skeleton. His toes and feet look like they're set in his body right. And again, from the side profile, I imagine that one to be an awesome big show bear. And again, from a firm that they just brought one, but I thought maybe dug in and maybe brought you as good a feeding prospect and as much upside as we've seen. Again, Brett and his family do an awesome job. If you need a rover, here's one that should be on your short list.
Again, that's tag 162, Pay Your Bills, high and tight landrace boar from Vickery Show Pigs. Keplinger Farms in here next with tag 74, an unrivaled money's on Major League dark cross boar, one that they've had set back for a while, and after you see this guy drop out, you can understand why. Dam was purchased from the Scott Engel, Mojo Genetics. Grand Dam was exhibited by Oakley Engel there and hit the backdrop several times in Ohio. Got a piece of division a few summers back. And they think this one is certainly one that can be fed to early August, and even if you study his frame size and his structure and his feeding ability, can maybe even be pushed a little further. This one here, again, I think captures your attention and certainly has a ton of upside potential here. And again, from one of the hottest, most prominent firms here in the country, tag 74 from Keplinger Farms.
Yeah, maybe as wild a looking one as we've seen come through and as different looking as anything that you can find in the back. And so if that turns you on, I think this is one that you need to gravitate to. He's got an awesome head shape in terms of just stoutness and width between his eyes. He's elevated and yet maintains squareness at the base of his skeleton. His look and pattern and silhouette from the side is spot on as well. Again, unrivaled, been on a tear and tying in some that old school genetics from old Coon Dog there. I think this one here exudes quality. Again, you appraise him, and we'll find ownership here after a bit. But where he's good, man, is he wildly impressive. I thought Super Stick did a good job driving him to me last evening. Congratulations. This one will find a good home.
Again, tag 74 from Keplinger Farms, unrivaled money's on Major League. Seth and Kinsey, congratulations on adding to your herd as well. Tag 74. Tag 83 is in next. Tag 83, as I said, an all-access clause, tricked out breaking rules. This one is a crip, but 19-1 is a mate brother to the boar they offered at the Triple Crown Club Pig sale that sold for $7. The mother of these is litter mate to Bear Claw, who was purchased at the sale last year by Real McCoy and Malcolm. Grandmother would be a litter mate to Baby Girl there at Keplinger's, as well as the great-grandmother Peyton that had the Grand Reserve overall bears at the Ohio State Fair in 2024. And if you just study what this guy's pedigree is, his predictability, I think he looks exactly what you would expect out of the very popular and potent all-access boar. And again, I think if you're hunting a dark cross male pig, this one does a lot of things and has a ton of extras for you if you're hunting those things.
Yeah, this is an interesting pig, and for those online and just tuning in, if you're into the fuzz and the fur, this one's as hairy and just as dense in terms of his hair coat as any that we've seen. And then from the side profile, he's got as bendy and as useful of a hind leg. He's flat-backed, he's broad-pinned. Again, he's a stout kind of a show bear. An interesting feeding project for many. I think the ceiling could be as much upside here as some of them that have come through crew because, man, where he is good, he's wildly different to have that kind of range and reach and with that kind of stoutness. Again, he's a hairy kind of a show bearer. Lensman crew ties back into the old sow there at Keplinger Farms. I think they brought a great prospect here. Again, you pick your poison. This set and line up through Strike It Rich is extremely, extremely deep, and it'll be interesting and fun to follow the pigs throughout the summer.
Again, that's Lensman Show Pigs, tag 83, and all access, claws, tricked out, breaking rules. In next, we've got Viger Show Pigs. Tag 163 is the Duroc. 164 is the male spot. Looks like we'll have potentially a litter mate coming here in a minute. The Duroc is an all-in-the-one. Here we go. Mother was the High Points Gilt in Michigan 2 years ago. This 164 spot boar pig is a hit-the-ditch limitless. And really, Shane Viger needs no introduction, making good hogs of any color or breed. And again, one of the things that I think Shane always places emphasis on is stoutness of feature, skull size, foot shape, forearm. And again, I think both of these hogs are extremely indicative and characteristic of what Shane tries to do in his program.
Yeah, this red pig is very, very interesting, especially when you stand off and just watch him profile there. He's as dead level and as long-hipped and as useful in terms of his skeleton as they need to be. He's got a stout, tough head and then stays tucked in and his throat latch there. He's big and broad. When he comes to you there, he's got good toe quality at the surface. I think an easy feeding kind of a red bear that, hey, when it gets close to showtime, I think that's that bear's best days because he's a little immature in his body. I like that actually because he just looks like a good feeding kind of a prospect. Shane's got you one here side by all in one. The spot bear, again, he's muscular. He's sharp in terms of his edges. Again, maintains squareness. He's a catch out back, and then he's a pig that from the profile, again, does what it needs from the side there. Thought a nice pair. Congratulations to them. I thought we've got two very high-end kind of prospects.
Again, tag 163 is the Duroc, 164 is the spot male. Wondered where you were. You peeked your head around the corner there, Shane, and I got to see you there. So this is 165, hit the ditch limitless. This will be a litter mate to that male pig that we just saw. And again, I think, I've heard AJ's comments, and he and I talk quite a bit about this industry and where things are. And, you talking about some of these spots and their knee and their feet and their chest floor. This one certainly, I think, is extremely good there in an area where I think there needs to be a little more emphasis placed on that. And again, I think this gilt, if you're hunting a purebred gilt that I think can compete multiple levels and shows and still have an upside in terms of making an incredible sow prospect, this 165 I certainly think can do that.
Yeah, she's one that has the striking look, if you will, and that first impression is very important to many. And so if you can poke your head out with a big arm and a square chest with good front feet, that'll beat a whole bunch of them, and then that transitions back into a good soft body texture. She looks like a lady. She maintains squareness as you catch out back. And again, I just think one that, again, days on feed and just everything that she brings to the table, everything's going to continue to mature. It just looks like one that's a feeder's dream here, if you will. If Jim was here, he'd be proud of me because I do think that is a feeder's dream. Congratulations to him. A nice spot gilt here. Make sure you look her up in the back.
Tag 165, hit the ditch, limitless. Thanks, Jonas. Well, next we've got Jaworski Show Pigs, and a firm that has been on an absolute tear as of late, and kids have been competitive showing. They've been competitive putting together hogs, and Again, I just always appreciate the opportunity to visit with Nate and his family. I think they do it right, and I think, again, a firm that continues to crank out good ones. And we got a pair of them here, Dark Cross Boar Prospects, tag 60 and 59. Tag 60, I believe that's the one Nate's on here. He's an all-access lead the way. Dam was a high-dollar baby pig purchase from Trace last year that they've kept back into the herd. And then 59 is a Clarity pig on a Who Am I, first-time gilt. The Who Am I boar that they raised was a tricked-out Stay Classy. And again, a firm that I think, especially as you followed pig sales this spring, have had a very impressive set of animals. And again, just continue to put together very high-quality livestock. I like this pair a great deal, AJ, but I do think there is one out here that pushes the limits in terms of just some extras of look and feature. I'll let you talk them here a little more, but a very good pair here from Jaworski.
Hey, he was my pick of the deal. Last night, this one here hit me as good as any of them. Tag 60 there, the one that Nate's on. Again, he's kind of a slow play guy. He's a friend of mine. I talked to him some, and I talked to him earlier in the week, and he said, hey, I just don't think I'm bringing one that you're going to like. And I said, all right, well, that sounds good. Well, he certainly did, and whether it was his or Freddie's or Susie's, it wouldn't have mattered. That pig would have started for me because he is so sound and comfortable. His skeleton is built absolutely immaculate, and then you couple that with the fact that his angles are right from the side. He's got muscle, and again, his proportions read right. He's stout about his head. He's sired by All Access, and again, if you haven't paid attention to that, that thing's been cutting as wide a swath as any. And I'll promise you, the mother of this pig, I grabbed a hold of her back leg one time when Nate brought her by. She's got as big a back leg as any that you could grab a hold of. And again, this is a high-end prospect. He's going to start to sail. I thought this thing was built for speed. And again, Barra Boar, I guess you put your money where your mouth is, because I do think that this one could get in the road of somebody. The other Barra, again, that's taking nothing away from him. He's a big elevated one that, again, is sound and certainly stout as well. I think a very, very good kind of a pig, just to me, gets overshadowed just a shot. So I challenge you to look the other one up in the back. Both of these are high quality. All Access, Lead the Way, Clarity, Who Am I, Jaworski Show Pigs.
In next, a pair of landrace here from the McGrew firm, and if we said anything else to kick it off, we probably all would have been surprised, but I know they're going to bring in a Hampshire male pig that you're going to be impressed with here in a second. These pair of litters, we've got -4 and -8. They're Can't See Me's Timing's Right. Dam is Happy Hour's sister and comes to a proven pedigree. She had the 2025 Landrace champion gilt there at Expo, 2024 third overall gilt at CPS, and the 2024 Reserve Landrace Barrow at the Summer Spectacular. And AJ, I know you talked a lot about the Hampshires and the quality here. I would say breed for breed, though, these Landrace have been very good as well, and particularly this one that Jonas is on. It is hard to make one that has that kind of spring of rib, that kind of running gear, and still have that kind of a look, and not to take away from the better showman here, Jill, but I think this is a good pair here that you can evaluate and decide what you want to do. But that one Jonas is on, usually I figured out if he gets excited about showing one, it means he thinks pretty highly of it, and that's 94. The one Jill's on is on 95, but this is a very good pair of Landrace males here from the McGrew firm.
Well, the McGrew family is synonymous with the backdrop in this breed, and again, got to see some of these last night, and I thought both of these things are very, very good as they come back to me here today. I would challenge you to look these things up because they're stout, square, wide, they're good structured, they've got muscularity. I hope they land in Indiana or in Illinois, or I just won't buy a Landrace male, I guess, because these will be out of my budget point, because I do think they're high quality. I think they brought you a pair that can compete. And again, this might be a quick way to 25K. I don't know that there's just a bunch of numbers at either state fair or any of the state fairs in this breed. And when there's this kind of quality, they fetch a fair price. I thought these folks have an excellent pair here to offer to you. Bid early and bid often. Also, they wanted me to announce the food is ready, so wherever Mox is set up, they do have food. They're over there in the corner or out back there. Yeah, man, I'd sure dig in on that. So if you're hungry, go get yourself some food.
Lot 96 from McGrew's in next, and he's a 301 hands down. It's a bred gilt purchase from Butts, and the dam is a litter mate to the champion Hampshire Barrow at the Indiana State Fair in 2025. I really liked that barrow, and I would say I see some people around the crowd that had something to do with that one, and I would say this barrow looked very similar to that one, probably at this phase. He's green. He's got a great look and extension ahead of his blade. He has that hands down type of running gear. And again, McGrew's have always played around a little bit with the belted breed with a couple of the other breeds, and obviously the one they're most known for with the Landrace. But I think this Tag 96 is a Hampshire Barrow prospect that certainly, again, if you like to feed him this way, he could have a very high end point when you get done with him here at the end of the summer. Again, he's a 301 hands down from McGrew.
Not much more that can be said. Clay stole the fire on that one for sure because he's built right. He's good in his body shape. Again, his toes are sturdy. And again, his hind leg is set in squarely. And all those things are pretty tough to do in the Hampshire breed. And so if you're still looking for a Hampshire, kind of, I don't know where these things fall in the sale order. They're going to kind of sell themselves. And I thought the group was very, very good. This pig's no slouch. I'd bid with confidence here. As Clay said, this is a very high-end kind of feeding Hampshire Barrow.
Tag 96 from McGrew Show Pigs. I hope they're paying you well, Jill. You've been in here a while today. You at least deserve something for Mockies. In next, we've got Triggs Genetics, tags 160 and 161. 160 is the male pig here that Mr. Triggs is on. These are a pair of littermate 21s. Dark Horse, Drop the Mic, Chrissy. Sal's littermate was the second in class. Dark OPB at Angelo in 25. Grand Dam raises many-time champion Spot Barrow for the Vium Sime crew there in Wisconsin. Multiple-time champion Spot Barrow for Brindley Wuthrich of Indiana, and littermate to their popular Chosen One Gilt and Ames in the original draft sale there in Illinois that both sold for $3,500 and $3,750. And again, a firm that makes as competitive of spots at the national level as about anybody. Again, you got the male pig that Mr. Triggs is on, the gilt over here that Jill is driving. Their Dark Horses, Drop the Mic, Chrissy.
Yeah, he's brought you a pair of them, and I'll promise you they'll compete really, really good in terms of look and presence. They got a great shape to their body as well, and I think it's important to recognize that when we see it, because some of them get just a shot racy in terms of the rib there. But I do think these boys are digging in and doing great things here. Again, he had a set of pigs at the Ohio State Fair last summer that I thought were very, very good for a family, and so my compliments to them on a job well done. And certainly he was there, and so I can promise you it's a firm that's going to stand behind these pigs. I'll promise you, if you've got questions in the back about two high-quality spot prospects, he'll answer them. But again, this bear has got a shot. The gilt is awesome looking. Congratulations. Here's a good pair. I think a high-end kind of pair from Triggs.
Again, tag 160 is the Spot Barrow. 161 is the gilt. First pair in here from Shippert, a show swine. 135 is the one that Jordan is on. That's an Aftershock name brand, Raise the Bar, Duroc boar. Is he related to that gilt we would have just sold last weekend on the bottom side? Yeah, that's what I thought. Again, a boar pig here that I would just encourage you to study him while I'm rambling about this other one, and that's 136. He's a cry about it all the way. Duroc boar pig, all the way sow was shown by Bloomberg's last summer and backed by their very best sows. 33-7 summer type conference grandma is a sister of the champion bear at the 23 St. Antone, and recently had grandma of the Reserve Supreme gilt at Angelo. And again, Shippert needs no introduction in the red game, and I would say, again, a great pair here. Reds that look like they should at this phase in maturity. Again, Jordan is on 135. That's the Aftershock name brand, Raise the Bar. 136 is the other one here. Cry about it all the way.
Hey, these are good little red show bearer prospects, and again, that Aftershock pig has got the dense forehead and the big paws to go with it. He's sound structured. He's great moving. Both ends of his body work extremely good, and then from the side pokes up real good. I thought a very good kind of a red prospect and a deep breed. There's lots of opportunity here. The Cry About It pig, again, very sharp in terms of his look. He's loose in terms of his skeleton out here, and again, looks like days on feet are going to be hit to his benefit. He's a little more immature than what the Aftershock is, tag 135, but I thought 135 and 136 from a firm that is synonymous with the red backdrop. The odds are in your favor here. They didn't bring them out just for fun. I'd say that they brought them out to compete, and so if you're looking for a red bear, either option here, very good.
Remaining pair here from Shippert, show swine, 137 and 138. 138 is the spotted pig. He's a Kronos from Jennings, Silent Majority, Whiskey Double, OTR. And again, they're very high on this sow. They thought she was incredible show gilt last year. One that's extremely far-reaching in terms of bone, but still having the basics of look and skeletal quality. And then this Duroc gilt, tag 137, out of the very popular TS2 boar on a Born Lucky sow. Dam of the litter of this 38 is off to a good start. The mother of the third overall gilt at the Sweet Peach Regional, class winner at the Georgia National. Grandma of the 38s is the litter mate to their champion there at Fort Worth in 22. And again, a very good high-quality pair of purebred females here. AJ, this red gilt, I think, has some extreme pieces, and I'll let you talk a little bit more about her. But, man, to make a chest floor and a head and neck and a blade shape like that and still have that kind of running gear is very challenging.
She is wild looking for sure, and again, it was a good breed last night, but to be that sleek and then that square going away is very hard. And again, she comes to you as intimidating as any, and then from the side posts up and just paints a very good picture. She's one that's sturdy-footed and yet still has muscle and yet still looks like a lady. I think that Shippert brought you one that can compete with anybody here. Again, you pick your endpoint and you pick the party. I do think that that's got a gilt that's got lots and lots of upside. The spot gilt here, again, sire by Borat Jennings there. Again, it's got a very good look. She's really stout in terms of got some feature out here. Certainly got enough muscularity. Again, she's big and elevated and yet still has some shape to her body. I thought a good pair here. Again, if you're looking up a spot gilt, dig in. If you need a high-end red female, Shipper's got you one. Congratulations.
Again, tag 137 is the Duroc, 138 is the spot. Perry Swine Genetics in here next, and going to bring you a set of Herefords here. And what do we got in here first? The gilts, I believe. We got one. Which one are you on there, Travis? 100, and then we've got which one here? 101. So Smoking Stems is the 100 gilt that Travis is on. Patent pending. Again, 610 is, in their opinion, one of the best gilts that they've raised, and I think when you study her across the pellets here, you can see why. I mean, that one looks like if you project her out, she's going to be an incredible show gilt and an even better sow. Awesome running gear, a chest floor and underline. The next one, 101, is a shot collar, patent pending. Again, they're going to offer you a pair of 9s here that they're very high on, sired by Shot Collar, and again, his needs no introduction. Mom is a full sib there and is litter mate to the 5th overall Hereford Gilt at Indy last year, full sib to the Champion Gilt in 24. Grandma was reserve at Indy in 22, and Aunt was reserve in 23. Again, I think a really good pair from a firm here that in this breed certainly has been as competitive as any. And again, in this type of a format and sale, your opportunity to capture premiums from proven firms, I would sure think that these two would be in there, and excited to see the next two as well in their lineup.
Yeah, it's always good to see the Perrys. I'll be honest with you, the first one I always like to see is Bryson, and she'll bring a smile to your face. If you don't know Bryson, I'd look her up because you'll get the biggest hug and the biggest smile, and I'm sure Travis didn't really want to give me a big smile last night because I was a little hard on his Hereford Gilt here, and hey, it just happens, but I do think she's very good. She comes back today, looks fuller and just broader, but I do think that if you're wanting to get to the backdrop with a Hereford female, I would say that this one should be on your short list for sure. If you've bought one, you probably need to re-rack. If you've got one at home, maybe you just need to add a pen mate or one to go with her if you're really wanting to compete. I think here's a surefire way with Perry Swine Genetics. Travis doing an awesome job. Again, he's always getting these Herefs to the backdrop. I thought both of them were high quality. You can kind of pick your poison. The 101s, we talked a lot about the 100, but the 101's no slouch either. Again, she's got a great look, good shape. Is certainly sound in terms of her feature out here. Let's go ahead and give those a break, and we'll get the next two here coming from Perry.
Again, that's 100 and 101. In next, Perry Swine Genetics 102 and 103. 103 is the one, the male pig here that Travis is on, and then 102 is the gilt here. Again, a litter mate to the 9-9 we just took a look at. So she's a shot collar, patent pending. And they mentioned a very young set of gilts that they're high on, and we talked about that one's dam and what she has brought to the table in terms of predictability of pedigree and breeding value. Tag 103 is a 106 ear knot, shot collar, patent pending. One of their favorite young barrow prospects of the spring, sired by Shot Collar, as they mentioned, who is back on the full sister, the 5th overall Hereford Gilt Indy. They think this mating is very predictable and has worked very well for us. Also full sip their newest boar double shots. And again, they think that this one offers a great deal of quality. And again, I think as a barrow prospect, man, his head carriage, his chest floor, his foot size, that one is very intriguing as a Hereford barrow prospect.
Yeah, again, he drops in his second pair, and again, this one will grab your attention. He's long out front, he's square out back, he's got muscle, he's sound, he's comfortable, he's good ribbed, and again, he's just a pup, but he's on his way up because I do think that thing's got as high a ceiling as any Hereford that I've seen from a barrow perspective, because what he does is brings a balance and look like a crosswood from the side, and then still maintains awesome reach and grab and gear off of his rear feet and rear legs, which is a lot different than that breed. And so I think you've got a good opportunity to be very competitive and reach for the stars there. The gilt on the far side, again, practical, sound, good bodied, and again, from a firm, whether you're needing a sow or a show gilt, I think you can latch on here. Thought a good set of 4 from Travis. Congratulations. Can't wait to see Bryson here after a bit.
Again, tag 102 is the gilt, 103 is the male hog. In next, pair of Duroc litter 33s from Farnham Farms. We got 34 and 35. The gilt is tag 34. The boar is tag 35. Bottom side of this pedigree, or excuse me, the pedigree reads Bank on It, Black Tears, Gravity, First Impression Sister. Mom was the third Division I at Expo in 25 and grand overall at Vigo County in 2025. And again, I tell you, a little greener type of red hogs, but I would encourage you to study the structure, study the stoutness of skull, their ear set, their tail root. I think these are ones that you can get bought up, and again, the longer you feed them, the happier you're going to be, because I think their indicators show they're going to have stoutness, they're going to have up-end value, and again, from a firm with a pedigree that really needs no introduction, tag 34 and 35 from Farnham Farms.
Yeah, Farnham's brought you two good little prospects here. And again, if you got to come out a little later, I wouldn't let these two scare you off because I do think where they're good, they're sound, they're flexible. Again, going to have a little more feed bill here because we've got two of them here that size, probably some of the smaller ones we're going to see, but quality I think fits and matches right in because they're level built. They got loose hind legs and certainly exude quality from the side profile. I thought Farnham's got two nice red pigs. Look like the feeding kind to me, Clay. Just put them on the feeder and let them rip for a while, and be sure happy you did.
In next, another pair here from Farnham Farms, tag 36 and 37. Pair of spot gilts. So 37 is the one directly in front of me. The young lady is driving. 36 would be the one closest to the block. They're limitless. Lace them up. Whiskey doubles. First litter from their shipper to purchase a litter there a few summers ago. And man, again, AJ, I would say you've highlighted a couple of these breeds. We've seen a lot of really nice spot females, and I certainly think that these would fit into that mix as well.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And again, some of them not the biggest, but I think darn sure good. This 50, one of the young ladies on, I thought, again, sound, flexible, correct skeleton. Again, just a little more immature, and hey, man, that doesn't scare me the least because when they're built right and they've got a running gear that can go for days, it's pretty easy. A project for any young person. I thought both of these gilts, again, they're limitless. Lace them up, whiskey doubles. Again, he didn't load them up for fun. He brought them to you because he thinks they're the feeding kind, and I think both of these have a very good feeding window here, and so I guess you pick the one you like the best, ride it to the end, and I think certainly the young ladies there is an interesting pig to me. Just needs a little bit of feed and groceries, but again, Farnham Farms brought you 4 of them. Again, they're the feeding kind.
Again, the young ladies is 37, the young man's is 36. Were you at the Combine last week? That was pretty impressive. In next, Hamilton Show Pigs, and again, going to bring you a group of Berkshires, and this gilt, he drops in first. I certainly, I don't know where she landed or what you saw last night there, AJ, but she's impressive, and that's tag 52. She's an upward, top it off. Maybe as stout featured of one of any color as we've seen in terms of her skull shape and forearm and foot size. Again, Nick brings you a really nice gilt here prospect. This is tag 52.
You know, I'll be honest, Clay, I was probably a little harder on her than I should have been, and probably should have been in the mix here again, but we sort them quick, and she's as broad and thick and dense and as square maybe as any of them that came to me last night. I like her side profile. She's got a great hind leg that works awesome out here. And again, she's big-ended and yet still can step and push and plant. Again, this thing's high-end as any, and I'd certainly think that one's going to find a good home and certainly find a backdrop. And so if you're after it and wanting to strike it rich, Jimmy here has got one that certainly could do it and give you a very good opportunity to reach for the stars. Again, 2-5, upward, top it off.
All right, next trio in here from Nick and the Hamilton Show Pigs crew. Nick is on the Boar Barra prospect here, or there's two, I guess. So which one's that you got, 50? 50? That's tag 50, and above and beyond, top it off. We've got a littermate gilt, which is 51, so again would be above and beyond, top it off, and then that would leave the other boar pig here, I believe, is 49. He is an upward Pound Town, and again, another good trio of Berkshires here from a firm that cranks them out as consistently and competitively as about anybody in the country. Honestly, as he's kind of brought in these three, and even that gilt just a little bit ago, AJ, this would be a fun set I'd like to kick out in the alley back there and just look, and I think they all represent great quality. Just pick your endpoint and how you like to feed them, because again, I think they have that variation, but also that upside that they can be competitive here at the end of the summer.
Yeah, he's brought something for everybody. And so if your feeder likes to feed a stout one that has the extra feature and muscle, there's one to jump on. If there's one that you want to have a little better look and a little sharper edge and get in where you fit in, and then there's one that's just broad, thick, and dense all the way through. I thought all three of these, as they come back to me today, represent pigs that will feed to the highest degree. They've got extras, and again, from a firm that catches the backdrop pretty often in this breed. He's brought you four of them that we've got a great opportunity here from Jimmy and the Hamilton Show Pigs crew. I thought, again, all three of these things, you pick your one you'd like to ride, and let's see where you finish.
Again, 49, 50, and 51 are those trio Berkshires from Hamilton Show Pigs. Well, Ruggles brings us a light cross gilt, and I don't know. I hadn't seen her before this, but I kind of had in my mind what I thought she'd look like coming from Kyle, and she definitely hits that expectation and even more. And she's a white one, Ricky Bobby. And again, as we talk about the popularity and the ascension of the light cross divisions at a lot of these state fairs and national shows, this gilt, I certainly think her indicators, her running gear, this is one that I think, again, you as a feeder, if you can get her bought, I think you're going to be pretty excited about her. Kyle does an excellent job in putting together these kind of animals, and I know particularly passionate about making very high quality light cross and blues that will compete in those divisions. This is tag 121 from Ruggles Genetics.
Man, she's got what it takes on the first impression, and bone, hair, and look seems like under the most the guys, it'll get you a long, long way. And I tell you, this one is spot on and checks those boxes to a very, very high degree. She's got a wild look out front. She's got a great big fuzzy back leg that works extremely good at the ground. You step off and watch that thing go from the side. She's as elite looking as any. She's got great big ears, and I think her skull and ear set is intriguing to me. She looks like one that'd be a nasty big one. I think Mr. Ruggles here has got you a high-end show gilt. Not sure where she lands, not sure how much she brings, but I bet it's a fair amount of money for this young man, because that one's got his high-end look. than as high end of a look as some of the ones we've seen here earlier. Congratulations to him on a very, very nice one. Sired by White One, back on to Ricky Bobby. Again, Ruggles Genetics.
That's tag, tag 121. Schaefer's Gold Rush dropping in the first of a pair, tag 139, Landrace Gilt, outside the lines, altered state. 25s, as we mentioned, sired by outside the lines. Mom is altered state, timing's right, that Gavin Young showed a few years ago and has done a great job for him. And again, AJ, I made those comments a little bit ago. I mean, these Landrace, I think, have been extremely good in this lineup for Strike It Rich. This one that Terry's driving, her chest floor, her bone, her feature, and still having what we demand of a Landrace to have kind of a maternal rib cage and skeletal base. I think a very good one, 139 from Schaefer's Gold Rush.
Yeah, she looks like a durable sow, a durable show gilt. Looks like one that, again, looks pretty good to me as far as stoutness relative to look, relative to shape to her body. Terry's got one here that, again, looks like one that's got a great hind leg. I mean, she's broad up top and then maintains squareness. She steps. She's got a good long step off of her hind end. She's got a dense forehead. And then, again, she's three-dimensional. She looks like a lady, looks productive, and yet, again, put one of your kids on the end of that thing's head, and again, I think you've got a high-end type of a Landrace female here. Schaefer's have dug in, and kind of surprised the grandkids didn't scoop this one up, Terry, but I guess we'll see who owns her here today.
Again, this is tag 139 from Schaefer's Gold Rush. This is the other entry from Schaefer's Gold Rush, tag 140. And AJ, I saw this pig's picture there that they posted yesterday, and I was really intrigued to see him in person. And then we started unpacking his pedigree. And I think this one, for him to look the way he does, is no mistake. He's a Sandstorm, which is that fun-colored boar they've got there at Schaefer's that I had a lot of calls and inquiries about after their open house last year. And then on a trick shot sow, but if you dig deeper in that, she's a trick shot American Classic Dominator. And so the grandma would be one of those that they kind of made some of their original pure influences of with the American Classic Dominator. She would have originated that Dominator sow from Kilmer's and would have been a clone to that gilt that they showed at the North American that was champion York and reserve overall. That has done a ton of things for the Yorkshire breed, but also if you dig deep into some of these pure influence pedigrees, also sits back in there. And so this pig, I think, is so good chested, stout, really rugged, and again has those extras you talked about a little bit in terms of hair and just extra look. And again, not surprised when you study his pedigree, tag 140.
Yeah, this pig's as wild and just as far-reaching maybe as any pig that we've seen come through that view right there coming to you. I mean, that is a big, broad, square chest. He's got a giant forearm and transitions off to the side into a neat look. He's as big-penned and as heavy-structured as any. Again, he's not for the faint of heart. He's one that will push the envelope, but man, where he is good, he is so good. He's wildly neat looking, again, and he's dense in terms of his feature. He's got the hair if you want it. Again, Schaefer's unloaded a crossbred pig here. I'd look him up in the back. Again, I'm not sure endpoint. Kind of you pick where you want to show him, but man, the future's bright there.
Yeah, and that's tag 140 from Schaefer's Gold Rush. In next is a tag 126 from Sanders Show Pigs, and this pig is a He's Back Revive. And again, this is one that I visited with DJ earlier in the week before his sale. He had a tremendous sale, and he told me he was holding back a couple for Strike It Rich that he was very proud and high on. And knowing that this one goes back to Elsa and on the very popular He's Back board that Wyatt would have raised, Wyatt Wilson there, that was 100,000 at the summer type. This pig here, again, as you think about making high-end Yorkshire Barrow prospects or even a potential of a boar prospect, I think he can do that. If you don't know much about that Elsa sow, she was champion York at San Antonio and Houston and finished her career there as the reserve grand overall. A visually impressive female as any. And again, I think one of those firms that is committed and convicted when making hogs of this breed. I think this 126 has a ton of upside, AJ.
There's no doubt, and probably a little hard on this one last night. And again, haven't checked Snapchat today. Have you got your food snap online there, DJ? I haven't seen that one come through yet. But again, glad he brought this pig out to us. Again, he's incredibly heavy structured. He's neat about his look and certainly sleek and etched out up top. And again, where he's good, he is absolutely spot on. Again, looks immature and looks like he's got a high degree of a feeding kind of a show barrow prospect or a boar prospect as well. He's got a great big stout dense tail and he hooks in and squares up wide there as you watch him go away. My compliments to the Sanders crew. Thought a real nice one here to start his set.
Tag 126. He's Back Revive. In next is tag 127, 3-5 from Sanders Show Pigs. A Jackhammer Restore Warden Sis. Jackhammer was the boar they would have sold here a year ago for $15K that Crossroads purchased. Mom is a mate to the 4th overall barrow at the Kansas State Fair, and the grandma is Warden Sis. Again, this is another one, those threes I know DJ was very high on the other night. Again, the pedigree on this one is very impressive. And then you study this female, and again, to poke a little fun at our good friend DJ here, as he would say, I'd say that's money. That one there, I think, is very good in terms of her running gear, her type, her quality. A very good Yorkshire gilt, tag 127 from Sanders Show Pigs.
Sure looks high end to me, and I thought as unique of Yorkshire gilt that I've seen in some time in terms of bone and feature, and then still squaring up and having muscle, and then still having a killer look when you get off to the side. And I know this would be one that I'd be sure proud of. I mean, look at her tail. I mean, that thing has got a big old root hooked into her upper hip, and then from the side profile, again, paints a beautiful, beautiful picture. You're buying a Yorkshire female and a Yorkshire male from a firm that has been as successful as any. They're committed to the Yorkshire breed, and this is no accident. This Yorkshire gilt here running around the ring. Again, a Jackhammer Restore on Warden Sis. I'd say the proof's in the pudding. Just look at all the backdrop pics. This one's going to take her own picture here later on this summer.
Again, that's tag 127 from Sanders Show Pigs. Harvey Show Pigs in next. Going to give you, offer you a Duroc boar first. This is tag 55. All-in-one lava statement day, and again, Harvey's is well known for making hogs that feed and go on and being competitive as any. And again, I think out of the very popular all-in-one boar there, and obviously one that as you study, I think can make you a barrow prospect if you'd like. This is tag 55 from Harvey Show Pigs.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Again, sound, comfortable, great built, and again, just needs some sun and a little bit of love. But I do think that this is a great feeding kind of a prospect. He's a little bigger on size, But again, when they post up from the side and offer that kind of balance and presence out here, again, from a firm that has got to the backdrop. I know this young lady showed a bunch of them and won a bunch, and now kind of on the other end helping these kids. And so if you want a show pig from a firm that'll stand behind you and certainly help you get to the backdrop and reach your dreams, I'm certainly positive that this family will do that for you. Love the red pig. I love his running gear. Again, a great way to start their offering.
Again, that's tag 55 from Harvey Show Pigs. Going to drop in a pair of litter mates here from Harvey Show Pigs. Litter 10s. 10-8 is the gilt. 10-9 is, oh, they're both gilts here. So 10-8 is the one, I believe, is that your, this one here, 53. 54 is 10-9. Outspoken, Big Daddy. And again, these spot gilts just keep coming, AJ. I mean, I think a very good high quality set of them. And this pair here in particular match the running gear and look and length of hip that you have been describing earlier. I'll let you talk a little bit more about these, but I think this is a very good pair of spot gilts from Harvey.
Lots of options all the way through the offering that I think have high-end type of capabilities, and yet Harvey's bring you to maybe a little different. They offer look and presence. They look like, to me, they're going to be great big pigs and have the extras when it counts, if you will. I wouldn't let their immaturity detour you here because, man, they've got feature. They've got length ahead of their blade, and then, man, this one here, the young lady drives is captivating as any that we've seen from the side profile. Really heavy structured, really long hipped, and again, beautiful out front. Thought Harvey's brought a great set here to you. Again, you sit in here and buy them how you like them, but I thought their set, again, offers lots and lots of options.
In next, we got Courier Show Pigs, and I believe we've got 29 here, and is that 26 you're on, young lady? Yes. 26 is the gilt right here the young lady is driving. That's a Captain Insano patent pending Hereford Barra champion Hereford Guild at San Antonio for the Dudley family would be the dam of this one. Grand Dam produced their $7,000 male at Kingpins. That was a very impressive animal if you didn't get the opportunity to see him. Another one is loaded up in the winningness lines there from their firm, and that's 26. This hog here directly in front of me. And then I believe I said 29 earlier, AJ. I think that's the gilt here, 5-5, Waterboy Transformer Hereford gilt. Mother was the 5th overall Hereford gilt at OYE. Produced the following champion Herf Barra at 25 TP, Team Purebred Junior Classic, 4th overall gilt at Indy. Reserve Hereford Barra at Indy in 24 for Loudermilk, and champion Herf gilt at 24 for Fall Exposition for Emmenizer. Again, Death, Taxes, Herefords from Courier, they're pretty well a pretty good formula for you.
No doubt about it, and always love to visit with Jason. He's a good friend of mine, and don't get to visit enough probably, but he did bring you a pair of Herefords here that will flat get in the mix of things. I thought his barrow when he came through last night, a beautiful pattern, pliable in his body, sound structured and good footed off of his rear feet there. He comes at you square enough. He's got a stout, dense head, and looks like when you get aggressive with the feed bucket, that one could get awful nasty come later on in the summer in terms of just having that extra good look and still having some feature and still maintaining squareness off of both ends of his body. His success here in this breed speaks for itself. Don't need to read you the history lesson there. The gilt, again, long-hipped, level, very correct and sleek about her look. I like her squareness. A hind leg was you catch out back. Thought this was a high-end pair. Again, excited to preview the rest of his set.
Again, 26 is the male hog here. 29 is the gilt. Coming up next, the other consignments here from Courier. 27 is this Poland Barra here. Runaway Reptile House. Mother recently produced the reserve overall and champion Poland at the Western Regional, and 5th overall at the Team Purebred Southwest Regional. Grandam made the reserve overall and champion Poland at the 23 Team Purebred show, and it's one of their favorite Polands that they've put together, and that's a pretty big statement coming from this particular firm. The Dark Cross Barrow is a test of time, quite frankly. Mom hails from the Bar M crew in Georgia. Obviously, that firm has been on a tear and needs no introduction. Littermate to that one would have just produced the $47,000 boar that sold at the Sires of the South, and one of the most unique crosses that they've put together as well, in their opinion. And that's tag 28. So again, 28 is the cross. The Poland there is 27.
Yeah, good pair, and again, opportunity knocks here with a good Poland type of a barra. Again, he's got a great look. He's got muscularity, maintains and transitions extremely good from the profile. And that crossbred pig's interesting to me. He's as dense, he's as short-bodied, and yet still elevated. He's a broad-pinned one that's got structure, and again, he's a big arm type barra. Again, slow and steady here, but I do think his added stoutness is going to lend to his credit here later on in the summer. He is broad in terms of his pins. He's square in terms of his hind leg. I thought that was a good pair from Courier to offer to you.
We just talked about Wilson here a little bit ago, and here he is with a pair of them for you, 173 and 174. 173 is right here. That one is a Castaway, a Big Step 30-2 on Rocky. 174 is a Step It Up, Time's Up. And again, I think if you're serious about the Yorkshire Barra, or even just the Yorkshire male game, obviously Wyatt, what he's done in the last 2 years needs no introduction. And you bring these hogs out, and again, I think if you're looking to feed Yorkshires and be competitive in the Strike It Rich program to get into the money, I think these two look like they'd be easy feeding. They've got the extras to be competitive, and certainly have the pedigree and the upside potential that you'd be seeking here. Again, this is Wilson Show Pigs, tag 173 and 174.
Both of these are good options, Yorkshire type scenario, and I do think that 173, when he hit last night, I thought, man, that thing is beautiful pattern from the side. He's as level and as smooth built as any. Looks like the feeding kind to me that, again, won't get you in any trouble. Not going to go out there and say, hey, this or that, or we need to fix this. Doesn't look like you'd have to change a whole lot as far as feeding. Just roll it to him, roll him up, and head him on out back to the backdrop, because when they look like that from the side, they're long and clean about the top of their neck, and then they stay well balanced from the side profile. That'll catch you in the mix of several Yorkshire drives. I'll promise you. The other bear there on the far side is, man, he's a dense, thick one that's got plenty of muscularity, and again, looks like one that if you like him bold and stout, he'll suit you. If you like him heavy structured, certainly get in. Again, he's got a little more pop than the one on the far side there. But again, two options here. Strike It Rich. Again, strike your option here with Wilson's.
The vault coming in here next with a pair of them, and this dark cross here is tag 153. Boar Pig, a bred sow purchase from Sloan. Sow would have been a champion cross guild at Team Purebred, Junior Summer Spectacular, National Barrow Show, Missouri State Fair, and Reserve Cross Guild at the Recovery in 21. That pig is a Culture Shock Young Love. And this Berkshire Boar Pig is a Moonwalk Otter's Pocket. Sal was reserve champion bred and owned at the 2024 National Junior Summer Spectacular, champion overall Burke at the 24 IJSC, and has raced multiple jackpot winners there in Florida and Georgia over the winter. And again, I think a crew that's done an exceptional job putting together really good females, and I'd expect their prospects to look like this. This Dark Cross in particular, his pedigree, I think, indicates one that has a very high ceiling. And again, I think if you study and like to feed Berkshires that have a little extra density, a little more hair, and just a little more look, these two offer those things to you. Very good pair here from the vault.
Yeah, there's no question the Dark Cross is bred to win. I mean, he comes straight from the heart of the Sloan program, and the vault tied into that sow and brought you, if you haven't paid attention, the Culture Shocks have been selling pretty fair, I would say. And this one is no exception. He's heavy-legged. He's certainly etched out top, and he's got a beautiful look ahead of his blade. He is absolutely bold when he comes directly to you. He's got a big square hind leg as you set him into motion there. And again, an interesting pig for sure. He's certainly one that you could add to your program or to your string and probably certainly move you in the right direction. That Berkshire pig, again, like Clay alluded to, bone and hair for sure. He's got a neat look out front and certainly has the extras that it takes in today's times. I thought a great pair from the vault here. Will be interesting to see where they land.
Again, 153 is the Dark Cross, 154 is the Berkshire. Leach and Gray in here next, and going to drop in the first of their set with a pair of Herefords. The 82 is the male pig here. Wheels, patent pending. These are litter 5s. The gilt is obviously another litter mate, 5-1. Wheels, patent pending. Again, a pair of Herefords here from Leach and Gray show pigs.
Yeah, they're sure synonymous with the backdrop on these minor breeds, and I thought brought you the first two here again. Exude quality from a firm that, again, this Hereford Bear, he's great in terms of his body. He's a sound structured type of a pig that's got a great hind leg, and again, the future's bright here. Again, all you need to do is grab a hold and take your lesson, and certainly that pig's got a high ceiling. I thought the gilt was interesting to me because, again, where she's good. She's got great center body. She's certainly one that's square enough as she leaves you there. She's got an exotic look out front. Again, Leach and Gray brought you two of them. Wheels, patent pending, a Hereford gilt and a Hereford boar. Again, dig in right here.
Second half of the pair here from Leach and Gray, and a pair of litter mate 20s. These would be Dynasty 92-2 on petting zoos. We got a boar and a gilt here. Jeremy's on the gilt here, and that's a tag 79. 80 is the male pig here, and again, the ones that they put together just look different. I think their elevation, their look, their presence are really extreme and good in that regard. Great skeleton, and again, you talked about coming from a proven firm on the Herefords, AJ. I'd say just as much so here on the Tamworths. That's a very elite pair there from Leach and Gray.
Absolutely. You could dig in here and feel very confident that you've got two that would feed extremely good. Their skeleton is so loose. They're long ahead of their blade. They're so well balanced and proportional off to the side. The gilt has got a little more muscularity and yet still stays really sharp and edgy. Looks like would be a great big show gilt. When them other ones get husky and just a little fluffy, she's going to stay neat and tidy and shapely. Much the same for the boar prospect or the bear there. Again, long out front, long hip, great striding, good structured kind of a show bear. Again, just needs a little gas in the tank, if you will. Just needs some days on feed because everything's built right on that particular bear. I think his head shape and just stoutness of feature goes a long way. Again, Leach and Gray, Dynasty 92-2 petting zoo.
Jumping back in your program here to tag 66, Jervis brings you the spot boar, and again, one that as you study his pedigree, I think no mistake of why he is the way he is. Full brother, the reserve spot barrel at Expo last summer, and also strike at Rich Pig last fall that brought 67.50. I believe it's a double bred Big Daddy here, and certainly I think as you study this boar pig, has a ton of muscle, ton of shape, and again, this is tag 66 from Jervis.
Yeah, short-bodied and still elevated, got a good square hind leg. He rounds up to the center part of his cage, and again, he's stout-headed. I mean, he's got a tough brim of his nose there, and again, posts up from the side extremely, extremely good. Maintains skeletal quality as you watch him leave you there. Again, a predictability bred into this one. Again, you just kind of dig back in here with the Jervis crew. They're synonymous with the backdrop on these minor breeds. Again, we start off with one from them that I think has a high ceiling and bred to be predictable.
Again, that's tag 66 from Jervis Show Pigs.
When you have time. No, just to drink that. Get water. Thanks.
In next is the trio of 38s here from Jervis Show Pigs. And again, we'll have 63, which is the one here. 65 is the gilt heading up that way. And then 64 is this one here in the middle. They would be Hard Truce, which is the Trogdon boar that would have sold at Expo a year ago that stands at PBG on a Warden, and that gilt would have originated from DJ Sanders that they would have purchased out of Breeder's Best for $9,500. And they said when they purchased that one, they just knew they had to have her just in terms of stoutness and bone and hair and still having that look. She was champion or reserve at least multiple times on that circuit. It's their style's first litter, raised 12. They're offering basically 11. They're going to keep one gilt. She herself ended up third overall York at OIE. And again, the Hard Truth pigs that I've seen this spring have that kind of look and stoutness that he had, and I think on a Warden sow should keep them basic and still good in terms of their skeleton. Nice trio here of Yorkshires from Jervis Show Pigs.
Yeah, absolutely. A good litter of pigs, and again, 63 sticks out, extra stout, good about his head, and then still maintains squareness as you catch out back. He's big underneath, and certainly a stouty for sure. The gilt, again, beautiful head of her blade, and a little more immature than brother there, but certainly a high ceiling for her because she's long hip, great moving, very sound structured. And then the big husky one, he's got all the power you'd ever want. You love his bone, you love his feature there, and again, he's got a stout head and a big broad upper hip. I thought Jervis brought you three high quality ones here. Again, you pick your poison, pick the one you want to saddle up and ride, but I think the opportunities are endless.
Okay, jumping back here to the Juice Burn Show Pigs entries. I want to make sure I'm right here. We've got 67 and 68, right? Yep. 67 is 75-2 Duroc boar. All-Pro Deja Vu Danica clone. All-Pro is that all the way son that's at Hinkers, that's maybe as stout and rugged of a red boar as John's put together, that I know has been very popular. I think this pig is very indicative of those matings. Mother is the young Deja Vu Danica clone sow. Deja Vu was the work of art son that they had there at Juice Burns. And again, what Juice Burns have done in the red program as of late needs no introduction. They have sold a lot of high-quality red ones this spring. I would tell you they probably kept this one back specifically for this sale, and he fits the mold very well. The cross is, as a steadfast, fast-track Hush Money. Mother's a young first litter sow. She'd be a three-quarter sib to Need for Speed, who is the fast-track son that they sold last year at Chosen Ones for $160K to Premium Blend. Austin just gave me these notes, but I think he would agree with me. That pig reminds me a lot of him, just in terms of how he's assembled, the front 2/3 of his body, and still having the stoutness. This is a very exceptional pair here that Juice Burns have offered for you, tags 67 and 68.
Well, there's no question. Juicy's rocking and rolling here because he's got two either more prospects, bear prospects, whatever you want to call them, whatever you want to do. That red pig's hind leg reaches and goes awesome. He's big and broad up top in terms of his upper pin width, and then maintains his hock. Just general squareness of that pig is exceptional. Again, he's too shaped up top. He's one that's broad when he comes, and he leaves you big and wide, and then he's pliable through the middle part of his body. I thought that was an interesting pig and a high-end type of a Duroc boar / bear prospect. That black pig, the belted pig, I guess, if you will, and I remember that pig last year, and I'll agree with you. He's eerily similar to that pig. Beautiful built from the side, extra durable in terms of his hind leg out here, and then, man, is he a good-looking one from the side. He's one that's got a running gear that'll never go out of style. He's one that comes at you broad and big in his forearm, and just is a stout pig with look, and so if that doesn't turn you on, I can't help you. Thought it's a good pair from Juicy. We'll just see where they land.
Again, the Duroc male is 67. The dark cross male is 68. In next is 69 and 70 pair of littermate twos. All that 15-1 Monica clone. That Monica clone would be a work of art, Danica. That would be the one that Holly Howard showed in 2023 that was very successful. The high points overall gilt in Indiana, and ended her career being reserve gilt and third overall at the 2023 Summer Spectacular. Also a littermate to Da Vinci, who is there at upper hand. And again, AJ and I have talked a lot about, red hogs having the right kind of maturity and skeletal base, putting together in terms of the programs that they come from, and I think these two exemplify a lot of that. Again, a very good pair of littermates here, 69 and 70. 2-3 would be 69, 2-4 would be tag 70.
Yeah, there's not much that needs to be said about a pair of red gilts that come from Juicy and his family. They're synonymous with the red breed. Have had the opportunity to judge lots of their big gilts over the years, and man, when they come and they're ready to compete, they flat do it. Both of these, I think, can do it at the highest level, whether it's Indy, Ohio, Illinois, summer type. You kind of pick your end point here, but I thought both have great hind legs. They're stout and tough about their forehead, and yet they've got blade and forearm. They transition and just profile extremely, extremely good. Again, I thought a great pair. He brought you four real good ones. It'll be interesting. Again, we've said it a lot, but here's your opportunity to strike it rich.
Again, 69 and 70 from Juice Burns Show Pigs. Carr and Misnick in next, and I'm going to start with this tag 20. That's the Chester Boar Pig, Pitmaster Sasha. Sasha would have been that gilt that they exhibited last summer that was extremely dominant, that originated from Sloan. She was champion Chester and Reserve Grand at the Expo, champion Chester and Grand overall at Team Purebred. Sasha's Grand Dam would be the Dam of Friction, and bred to that Pitmaster Boar. I'm excited to hear what AJ's got to say about this one because, again, I think the proof is in the pudding here for a Chester male hog. Then we have the first of these Polands, I believe. Is this the Boar Pig you're on here? Perfect. That's 23-2. A Viper head start coming in hot. Dam would be the $17,000 gilt from last spring that they kept in the partnership. Dam would also be a littermate to Bars Reserve Poland gilt at the 25 Summer Spectacular and 5th overall at the 25 NJSS Grand Dam would be the same dam as Exit Strategy. And again, I think if you just study what this program has done in terms of these matings, these pigs are exactly what you would expect in terms of their quality, in terms of their phenotype. And again, relative to your opportunity here at Strike It Rich, I would sure think that these have a chance to capture that kitty. This is a 20 and 21.
There's no question. Both of these have that show ring eye appeal and just presence about them. They're long out front. They're great balance. They use their hind leg extremely, extremely good. I like the immaturity of the Chester pig. He's dense about his forehead and yet still sturdy about his front foot and set in angle from the side. Can get out and go here. That Poland is big and elevated and looks like the feeding kind to me. Again, not going to overpower you with muscle, but I think muscle comes pretty easily within that breed. And so his skeleton and just his ability and agility out here, really second to none. And so, again, just the first few we're going to see here from this firm, but I thought a great pair to start.
In next, the litter mates to that male hog we just had, and these would be the gilts. 20, that ear's bouncing there. 23 is right here. 22 would be up here in the front that the young man's driving. Again, Viper head start coming in hot out of that $17,000 gilt from a year ago. And again, I think if you're hunting a Poland gilt project, both of these answer that call extremely well. They both offer a great deal of quality, and I'd say similar to what you've said here all morning, AJ, just pick the kind that you like to feed, because I think they both offer those pieces regardless of where you want to land. And again, the guesswork is done for you in terms of their pedigree. They are here relative to quality. You just pick the one you like and the one you're going to feed, and I think you're going to have a ton of upside potential on these. Again, 23 and 22 from Carr and Misnick.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, these are the feeding kind. To me, the one the young lady's on, man, is she beautiful in her body cavity. She's broad in terms of her upper pin width, and then just so comfortable in terms of her cant and how she moves around the ring out here. She's broad when she comes, and then just so sound and comfortable in terms of her skeleton. Again, that's tag 23. The young man's on one that's so sleek in terms of her look out ahead of her blade and sharp in terms of her edges. She's one that, again, the longer it goes and we put a little flesh on that gill, certainly one that can get in the road of somebody. Another good pair here from the crew. Interesting to see where these fall.
$650 here next with tags 145 and 146. 145 is the Poland Boar Pig. 26-1 would be the ear notch. Back 9 head start is how his pedigree reads. They're out of the champion Poland Guild at Indy in 24, who's also top 5 at Expo and Summer Spectacular. Her mates include the Amos Guild that won Expo, Summer Spectacular, and 3rd overall at Indy. Mate brother was reserve bearer at Team Purebred, and her sister is Tig there at Laird's, sired by Back 9 at 650. Back 9 is a 983 pitch black. His mates went on to be reserve at Denver and champion Guild at Breeders' Cup in 25. Back 9's mother would be the Dreyer Gilt's mom. So that Poland, I think, very potent in terms of the pedigree. And we've got this Berkshire Boar Pig. He's a top hand Rule the Roost. Dam is a first litter Rule the Roost sow that they picked up from Platt last spring. That was exhibited by Haggis. She was 3rd in Division 1 at the Summer Spectacular and 3rd in Division 2 at Indy, sired by that top hand boar there that stands at Southern Gold. Really intriguing pair here from 650. I'll let AJ talk about them, but I definitely think these are some that if you're hunting a bear that you certainly think are a boar pit prospect that you want to capture into these premiums, these two ought to be on your list.
Yeah, there's no question. The Berkshire male is interesting to me. He's huge in his arm, blade, and chest, and then he transitions to a big forerib. He's got a great big upper hip. He's got a stout, bendy hind leg, and he's just a unique-looking Berkshire to stay neat and tidy ahead of his blade and then transition into a big, wide body and have pin set, range, and reach. That's a high-quality one that Gillies put together over there with the crew. And then the Poland Bear, when he came and hit last night, I thought, man, that's as wild-a-looking one out ahead of his blade. He's as sharp and as edgy at the backside of his shoulder. And again, he's big and elevated and certainly square when he leaves you there. Again, I thought a racy-looking deal for sure. A nice pair from 650. Be sure to look them up in the back.
Waymer Show Pigs dropping in a pair of Berkshire Boar prospects, litter mates here, 24 upwards off the chain. Thought again they were very excited to use that upwards at 66 ventures, and that boar has been on a tear and been a highly popular. Dama's first time gilt off the chain. That was a $2,800 gilt purchase from Chuck and Ben Olson. That she herself was 5th overall purebred at the Spring American Royal. And again, as you study this pair of them, I think, again, AJ, you had a lot of really great Berkshires to study through last night. 167 one is this one that's maybe just a notch louder marked there. And the other one here is a 168. And again, I think a very good pair of them here. Structure is right, balance is right. These are the kind that I think you get home and just continue to feed on, and you're going to be very impressed when you get to the end point.
There's no question about it. I'd say no fit, no frills from the Waymer crew, and always do a great job. And I think these two exemplify lots and lots of quality, round in their body, really level about their build when you stand off from them, and then watch them go. They come and go and leave you square. They come square, and I just think they're three-dimensional pigs that look like easy feeding projects and yet still have the extra stoutness that it takes to win at the highest level. Again, probably some of the smaller Berkshire prospects that we've seen, and I wouldn't let that deter you here. We're still early and got plenty of days for a Berkshire pig that'll grow and have some giddy up in their genetic value, I guess, if you will. I thought both of these represent, I like the loud marked one. He's big in his chest and broad. The other one's a little sleeker looking. So you pick the one you want to feed, and I'd say let's see how far you can go.
$166 and $169 here from Waymer Show Pigs. $166 is 12-3. Which one is that? The one you're on right here? You've got $166. Perfect. I can see that now. Midland Happy Hour 12-litter gilts is litter mate to the $4,000 gilt that they sold at Sweethearts. The sire Midland is a litter mate to their boar Landman that they would have sold for $28,000 to Crossroads last year. And again, Waymers have supported this sale since the onset and have held back some of their better landrace to offer to you. Then you have 169. This is a 16-litter hog, a Midland high and tight. And again, they indicate in their notes, not sure if putting this one here in the lineup was the correct thing to do, but they feel like she offers some extreme pieces, again, out of that litter mate to Landman. And again, the gilt pedigree lineup to be very influential in the landrace ring. And again, I think this is a very good pair of landrace gilts. They offer just some extremities relative to base width and stoutness of feature. Again, still have a good type of running gear. And you know what we've seen, AJ, at our events in the last few years is you get high quality, highly competitive landrace gilts, and they have a ton of ROI at the end of summer if you want to turn them and sell them, or if you want to keep them and breed them to make bred known projects. They're extremely good in that regard too. But I think a very good pair here from Waymer, 166 and 169.
Well, proof's in the pudding. Genetically, these gilts are superior, and then as you just visually appraise them, I think both of them have the big ring quality, and yet they differ, right? The one on the far side there is really husky in terms of her body shape. She's really good in terms of her rib. She's one that can get up and go out here, and I love her added just width and dimension and then maintaining skeletal quality. Then the other one, man, is she a racy-looking unit. She's long out front. She's really slick about the top of her neck and into the base of her throat, and then at the same time really shapely on the top side of her skeleton, sets in squarely. Man, where she's wild, she's wildly different than the breed for most of them. I think a good pair of these things, you're just going to have to pick where you want to sit and what you like to feed. But again, Weimers have brought you a quality pair of landrace gilts.
Thayer dropping in the first of a pair of them, 149 and 150. 149 would be, it'd be 149 and 151. 149 is the Poland gilt, a Viper due process, dam raised Cagney Utterbacks, a champion Poland at Nail in 25. Also raised the third overall gilt there in Perry. The Landrace Barrow is a warning track, timing's right. Dam recently raised the sale qualifying barrow there at San Antone. And again, Thayer's, they have a wide variety of breeds, but never deviate on quality. I think this pair here is certainly some that you want to study in, and if you're interested in trying to capture these premiums like most of you are, I certainly think the opportunity and upside is great. Again, this Poland gilt here is 149. The Landrace male is 151.
That Poland unit is a wild looking critter. I mean, she is long out front, and man, is she shapely backed and yet still pliable in the middle part of her body. And where she's extreme, she's extremely good. That is one that has a high ceiling. You're just going to have to kind of slow and steady there. But I do think that wild look for that breed to be that broad when she comes and then still have muscle, very interesting to me. The bear there, again, he is so correct. He's just really pliable in the middle part of his body. He's loose made, he's correct, he's long hipped and yet still long out front. Again, he's really basic, kind of no holes, kind of a show pig. Again, a great pair here from the Thayer firm. Will be interesting to preview these next two as they come through.
In next, a pair of litter mate Tamworths from the 17 litter, a gilt and a barrow. Repeat total recall dam winner class, the state fair in 25. Grandma's a mate Harperheimer's champion Tamworth there at Denver. And again, 17.8 is the gilt, 17.3 is the male hog. And I'll let AJ talk these, but the first thing I noticed when they came out of the pen, they just kind of set their head and neck high above that blade, and it gave you a really captivating look, almost like you'd expect those real high quality show heifers and steers to do right when they come out of the gate. I think this is a very intriguing pair of Tamworths that Thayer's going to offer you here later this afternoon.
Yeah, Thayer's add to the depth and quality for sure. Don't take nothing away, because the Tams on both sides of the deal have been deep and lots of options to strike it rich here. Both of these are so comfortable in terms of their skeleton. Again, they're high-headed, yanked out front, and then still have shape and muscle to go with it. They're functional built and yet still big pigs. They've got some frame and stature, and I think that's good, because they look like they'd have some grow. They look like they're very fundamental. And again, feeder's dream here. You pick either one and certainly take them home, put them in your show barn, brush on them all you can. I think the future's bright there. Again, a good pair from Thayer Show Pigs. We've got a good set here and excited to see what they get done.
Again, 150 is the Tamworth gilt, 152 is the Tamworth male. All right, back to live action here. Fisher Family Show Pigs, tag 42 and 43, ragweed backdrops. And again, Fisher's here as of late, I feel like, have put together as consistent and competitive as a group of blues and light crosses as about anybody. And I think this pair is very indicative of that as well. One of the best crossbred sows they have on the farm. Mom was the grand at Morgan County in second class at Indy for the Finney brothers. And again, they indicate in their notes they like making light crosses, and that ragweed boar, I think, has done an exceptional job. And then you study and look at these individuals, AJ, and I certainly think that's proof in the pudding. I mean, they're trying to put together a consistent program and make a project and kind that people want to buy, and I certainly think this pair does that extremely well. Again, 42 is 5-9. 43 is 513. 43 is the one that's closest to the audience here over on this side. 42 would be the one closest to the block till they're not anymore.
There's no question these guys are doing a great job, and these two gilts are peas in a pod, good looking from the side. They've got muscularity, and for the muscle and power they've still maintained skeletal integrity. The blue ones are hard to find, and then good blue ones are even harder to find, and I think both of these come to the table and bring stoutness and muscle, and then still have squareness and general quality of build. I think both could be far-reaching big show gilts. Again, ragweed backdrop, lot 42 and lot 43 from Fisher Family Show Pigs.
Yeah, next we've got Burling Show Pigs, and I believe tag 12 and tag 15, 13. Okay, thank you. Tag 15 is the Red Barra here. Ride the Wave, or boar, I should say. Shotgun, stay in your lane. Mom was the 4th overall at Hancock County. Mate was a champion barrow at the California Mid-State Fair. Mate was a grand to the Harrison County. Grandma, first impression sister. And again, I would agree in the notes here that if you're buying this for a family to feed to a state fair, this is one that Cody's very high on. And again, AJ will probably talk a little more about that. But then we got tag 13, double bred WD-40. Mom was 3rd overall, Chester Indy at 2023. Mate to the mom is the Geyer gilt that was at 650. And so again, proof is in the pudding. Cody obviously and Burling Show Pigs puts together a tremendous lineup, and I think these AJ, they just look different in a good way, and I certainly think if you're looking for these that can really target a state fair lineup, these two do a very good job of that. That is 15 is the Duroc, 13 on the Chester board.
Burling show pigs here, and always enjoy visiting with Cody and a guy that's got a wealth of knowledge there. And he brought us 2 prospects here. Again, the Red Bear has got a beautiful look out ahead of his blade. He's big in his arm as he comes, and then when he posts up and paints from the side, it's really, really good. And then maintains squareness as you catch out back. Again, one of the smaller Red Bears, and if you don't want to hear your pig squeal all summer and you have to just nurse them along till it's time to go, this one you can actually feed and put on the feeder and never come off the gas pedal there. I think a high quality kind of a Red Bear that offers some intriguing look and just balance and proportion. Hey, that other pig, he's a stoutie for sure, and Clay hit it right on the head. He is distinctively different. He's stout about his mug. He's big in his arm. He's really, really heavy structured, and he's got plenty of muscularity to go with it. Again, Cody's doing an awesome job. Good first pair to preview.
In next, Burling Show Pigs, 12 and 14, a pair of gilts, and we want to make sure get this right. 14 is the Chester gilt over here. 12 is the Landrace gilt that Cody is on. She's a warning track after hours, after hours, which would be Pay Your Bill's sister. And again, indicated in the notes here, Warning Track has done an absolutely incredible job. And obviously being a mate to Pay Your Bills, I think the plan has come together. That is a very well constructed, far-reaching landrace female that I think, again, if you're wanting to show one, make her a sow, or potentially cash her in and sell her at the end of the summer, that one certainly can do all of those things. Then tag 14 here is litter mate to the male we just saw, 35.5, a double bred WD-40. Mom was 3rd overall there in 23 at Indy. Mate to the Geyer gilt that's at 650. And again, excited to hear AJ talk this pair, because I certainly think, again, a good quality set here that Cody brings you.
Yeah, first and foremost, I'd say this Landrace gilt can reach and go a long, long way. And what I will tell you is we had one from him this fall. This one comes whip broke and able to be shown. The one we had was really, really hard-headed and not able to be broke. And so what I will tell you is this gilt looks a lot like her. Again, great looking from the side, really big and broad in terms of her upper hip, round in her body, square off of both ends, and certainly looks like a big ring Landrace female. The longer the summer goes, the more satisfied you'll be. Here's a good opportunity to take your chance at striking it rich. I thought the other female there, the Chester gilt, again, man, has she got a dense forehead. She certainly got muscularity. She's sound and comfy out here. Again, a little more immature in terms of her body, but certainly really square off her hind end as you set her into motion there. Again, a pair of gilts here. Burling's doing an awesome job. My compliments to him on bringing us a nice set of 4 here for Strike It Rich. Again, very, very good high-end pair of females.
Right, fill-in driver here for Clay as we get back into the preview, get Monrovia boy through and move into BC Genetics here. These would be tag number 9 and tag number 10. Tag number 9 would be the Yorkshire male. That'd be a hit list, 29.7, fax, big step, 30-2. And we would have purchased that pig's mother last year as a baby from Wyatt Wilson. And she went on to be a 4th overall Division II Yorkshire gilt at the Indiana State Fair. And that's a pig that been awfully excited about and wanted to get him here at this particular setting. Tag 10 would be the Duroc gilt. That'd be a Shabuzi lunge pail backfire. Her mother would have just raised the 3rd overall Duroc barrow at Perry, Georgia. There a couple months ago. Goes back to the old backfire sow that's kind of got things started for us. So awfully excited about this pair, and we certainly want to thank those guys for having us out.
Man, this is a good pair, and darn sure you should be proud. This Yorkshire male's tail and base of his root there is absolutely awesome. That look and view going away will catch most guys' attention. He's got a square hind leg. He rounds up in his body, and yet he's still neat ahead of his blade. He's stout about his head, and yet still has added structure and feature. He's got a big, broad chest, and from the side profile there, as you watch him go, he doesn't paint it. They don't paint him any better than that from the side, and I think whether he's a boar or a bear, I think the future's bright there. Again, a very, very high-end Yorkshire type of a boy pig. The red gilt here, again, Shabuzi, lunch pail backfire. Again, a big elevated one that's really sharp in terms of her edges. She's big in terms of the base of her chest there. She's got added size and stature. I like the shape to her body. A good pair here from BC Genetics. We got lot 9 and lot 10. Again, here's your opportunity. These are Yep. Got it. All right, we've got lot 6, 7, and 8 from Bark Show Pigs here. Did you find them on your? Okay. They are smoking stand. I can't read. My eyes are shot. But anyways, he'll find the pedigree information for us. They're on page 2.
I don't think I will find it. I think the CEO ran off with it.
There it is, sir.
All right, tags 6, 7, and 8 from Bark Show Pigs. Be all 3 sired by Smoking Stems. We don't have any pedigree information on the south side, but they look like winners. If you dive into the Hereford breed and look at those, a trio, I think have a lot of quality, AJ.
Hey, when they came through last night, I thought these things had lots and lots of good, and had a lot of fun last evening in the preview. And I thought that tag 6 was as wild looking and as heavy structured as anything that came through in the Hereford gilt deal. I mean, she is sharp ahead of her blade. She's big and wide in her upper pin set. Toes and feet look extremely, extremely good. I'll let you sit on where she fits from just a look perspective. The one over here to my right, man, she's broad in her body. She's really, really comfy in terms of her feet and legs out here. Again, probably a pound's light one, but I thought, man, is that a very, very good type of a gilt? You could land on either one of those and feel really good about your odds here to striking it rich. The really stout husky male here that's we're going to round out with. Again, he's great in terms of his body. He's sound in terms of his structure. He's certainly one that's got a bright, bright future, just needs a little bit of groceries. But I did think Barks loaded up and came north with 3 very, very high-end Hereford-type prospects.
All right, next in the ring would be from Thompson Brothers Genetics. We got tag 155, 156, and 157. Tag 155 would be the Duroc gilt. She'd be sired by Shabuzi out of a Donnie Ray sow. Tag 156 and 157 would be litter mates, hen house, top hands.
Yeah, we've got 3 very, very good prospects from Old Brock here, and was excited to see him actually last night working and pushing them in there for me. Did an awesome job getting them ready, and yet when he brings them to you, I'm going to start with the Berkshire gilt because I thought that Berkshire gilt was very, very unique. Where she's good, and where she's good, she's great. From the side, that thing paints as good a picture as any. She's really heavy structured. She's got a loose hind leg and looks like a great big show gilt, and I know they don't make sunshine and tanning lights down there in where Brock's at, and probably doesn't care to own any, probably throw them away if you gave them to him. But I do think that Berkshire gilt is top shelf type material. The Berkshire male is not far behind because he is very similar to the gilt in terms of feature, in terms of structure, in terms of bend off of his hind end. He's really big and broad in his upper hip. I love just that view when he comes to me. And again, stoutness and ruggedness, and couple that with the fact that he's got look from the side profile. We're going to round out out just talking about his red gilt, and I'm sure he's proud of her as well because, man, she is a husky-looking type of a female, and yet really sound structured. She's got a big hind leg. It sets square into her body there. Again, she's short-backed and yet elevated. She's still opened up and pried open down low. I thought a great trio from Brock. It's nice to see it at Pig Sale, and certainly best of luck to him and best of luck to the folks that buy these three because I think you've got a bright future.
All right, next pair we got in here now come to us from Adam Beck and family. It'd be tags 1 and 2. Both Tamworths, litter mate 1 litter, sired by FYF, Remember Me, and Adam and their crew's got a big list of awards and just a rundown on that Sow family and what they've done. I know FYF was sold here last year. It would be the $30,000 record-selling Tamworth boar, and he was very, very popular here last year. His picture's hanging over on the wall, and certainly going to see more out of that boar, I'm sure. But like I said, a long list of what the sow's done. I'll let AJ get into talking these, but I think these things look like they can ring a big bell in the Tamworth ring.
There's no question about that. Adam's a great friend of mine and always enjoy visiting with him. And certainly he's a guy that I respect and always just a class act type fella. And so appreciate his friendship. And then the fact that he dropped in a Tam gilt and a Tam male that looked like this. The Tam gilt, when she hit last night, I thought, gosh, I'm glad my son's not here because I'd have to dip into the money market for sure to try to buy that gilt because her just look, pattern, and silhouette is second to none. Her shape to her body's awesome. She looks like a lady. She's sound. She's comfortable. She's stout about her head. Her lines are on point. I thought that gilt was an absolute rip. And when she turns and goes away, she's square. She's sound. She's stout enough for the breed. I thought a very interesting gilt. She looks like a high-end show gilt to me. Congratulations to them on a very, very nice kind of a female. And the Tam male's no slouch because where he's good, he's awful good. He's a heavy structured type of a bear. He's really stout about his head and certainly one that's really good about his body shape. He's a pig that comes at you with power and he leaves you square enough. And again, the Tams were deep. I liked a whole bunch of them. I'd tell you that these two are have a very, very high ceiling. I'll be interested in the price of the gilt that we talked about.
All right, next up, we got a trio from Ogle Genetics, tag 97, 98, and 99. 3 Duroc, looks like 3 Duroc boar pigs. Tag 97 will be a standing on business Waymaker. The dam is from Laird that they showed in the summer of 24. Looks like tag 98 would be a litter mate to that one as well. And I remember that gilt when they had bought her and shown her that summer and the extras that thing had. And looks like she's generated that in these 2 pigs for sure. 99 would be a Machete Jumpman, be a first-time gilt, and there is no story.
Hey, sometimes those are the best because you just don't know what you're going to get. But certainly these 3 exude quality. They all have differ just a little bit, and so it gives you an opportunity to buy a red pig from a great firm and a great friend. Brandon has been in the game as long as I have, and it's always fun to catch up with him when we've got time. Standing on business on a Waymaker and then a Machete on a Jumpman. Again, you pick your poison out here. I think they're all good structured with a neat look and a neat pattern. And again, you can kind of dig in where you'd like to. Don't need to break these down because I think they all 3 speak for themselves. Again, an interesting trio from Ogle. I think 3 red pigs that have an opportunity to make you some money later on in the summer. Again, a good trio from Ogle.
All right, next in the ring, we've got 2 entries from Byers Farms, tag 16 and tag 17. They'd be 68 litters, name brand Piranha. The dam produced the 5th overall Division I Duroc barrel at the 2025 Illinois State Fair Junior Show. And obviously, AJ, you can sit here and talk about them all day long, but when Byers brings one, he means it. They win, I think, every one of them that there is, or he's going to for sure. So awesome pair here from Byers Farms.
Yeah, Byers is synonymous, and again, Brett, again, lots of great people in this barn and consigners to Strike It Rich, and so certainly appreciate Byers Farm supporting the boys here at the Strike It Rich sale. And again, I'll promise you, when Brett loaded up the pig he's on, he wasn't planning on getting hustled just a little bit, but what I will tell you is both of those pigs were awesome. I thought this pig's skeleton and build and just balance was spot on. His toes and foot quality at the ground is very, very good. He's smooth in his build. He's really broad in terms of his upper hip. He looks like a feeder's dream. And again, if you're wanting to get to the red backdrop, here's one that I'll guarantee you that Brett's got oodles of confidence in. And again, when he brings out the double whip to get him stroked, I think this one here could get in the road to somebody. Hinchy's on the other one of Byers's, and again, I thought that pig, neat look, hard back line, a little more immature, but again, same type of pattern, same type of build, and honestly a little harder down his back line, but again, paints up and posts up from the side extremely, extremely well. I think you can buy either one of these two and be real, real happy. It's just going to be a question of which guy owns him and which guy outfeeds the other.
All right, next consigner in the ring would be Sutherland Show Pigs, tag 148. It'd be a candy shop time machine. His mother would be a litter mate to the boar they call Tracker at Purple Power. I believe this was a reserve spot mail last night in the show, and I know Shane and have for a while bought pigs from him that feed and generate, and he always seems to sneak his way in there at some show everywhere that you go. He's got a great mind for it, and this pig I know he's been very, very excited about for that breed with that sort of skeleton and look, and just like AJ's mentioned, feeder's dream in terms of his muscle pattern and his build. I think that one's awfully, awfully good. Real high ceiling and a pretty low floor here.
Top end of these spots was awesome, and hated, again, this pig is the quality that it takes in the big ring. Again, extra stout in terms of his feature. His lines and pattern are spot on. Again, you step out back and that thing's hind legs pulled right where it needs to be, and it'll reach a long, long way. Again, his toes and feet at the ground still flex, plant, and give where some spots will give out. I think this young man's done a good, good job. He's got a high-end kind of a spot prospect. Boar, if you like them, great built and sound and awesome looking. And again, a Barra, again, that could win you a banner come later on in the summer.
Looks like we're going to start off with a pair from Ryan Show Pigs. Looks like we've got the Yorkshire, that'd be tag 123. That'd be a Hard Truth, the Warden. And looks like we got the Dark Cross as well. That'd be a No Quit, playing tricks, and that is tag 122 from Ryan Show Pigs.
Yeah, Lance has been in the game as long as any, and certainly always enjoy catching up with him. He's quite the character, Mr. Positivity at times. But I'll tell you, he brought two very, very good pigs. This Yorkshire male is big and elevated, stout about his head, really dense in terms of his bones and feet, and just toe quality is good up front. I thought was a muscular type of a pig, and then looks like one that would feed extremely, extremely good to have that kind of bend and flex from the side. again, Yorkshire Barra that's got as high a ceiling as any. If all things go right, maybe striking it rich. The crossbred pig is dense for sure. I mean, he's got a big square back leg and got the hair to go with it. He's a pig that opens up as he comes, and then he's got shape to his body as well. He's got a stout brim to his nose, and then it transitions into wide eyelets there, and I think just a very high-quality pig. I thought both of these Lances can reach for the stars. Again, will be interesting to see the next two.
All right, we're going to drop in the next two from Ryan Show Pigs. Looks like tag 124 and tag 125. Those would be littermate Pay Your Bills, high and tight. The mother was a reserve at the Illinois State Fair. Littermate mom with a 5th overall gilt and 5th overall barrel. So I know I'm probably not a landrace expert, but the Pay Your Bills thing's been very good. The boar that Burling would have raised that's there at the 3s that's gotten along a great deal and continues to do that. And these three this pair look like the type for sure out of that boar that we're going to feed. Good pair here.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Lance to drop in a Rover female there last evening, but what I will tell you, if there were betting odds on the Strike It Rich pot, I would tell you there's a pretty good high probability that this landrace gilt will get you very, very close because where she's good, most of them aren't. She's long out front. She's got a really crisp, clean line down her back line, and then she squares up to a big, broad upper pin set, and then she's sound and comfortable out here. She's immature and yet comfy. I thought hey, reach and go as long as you want, bid as often as you want, because I'd bid with confidence there because I thought that gilt was a logical winner last night, and I think just the ceiling is so high, and I think you've got a good crack at 25K if you're the only one to hit. The male there on the far side, again, is a good pig in his own right, maybe gets overshadowed by the girl pig, in my opinion, but then you start to really step in and study that particular prospect, too, is neat down his back line as you view him and stand over him. He, too, is square in terms of his hind leg. He, too, has some look and presence as you get off to the side. Lance, you've done a good job. Thought your pair of Rovers was exceptional.
All right, going to drop 4 in here from Wayner Farms. Looks like we got tag 170, 171, 172, and 179. Tag 170 would be the Chester gilt. Should be a double dipping friction. Mother was a champion Chester 2024 CPS summer type conference. Tag 171 would be the Duroc Boar pig. That would be an all the way Vegas odds. Tag 172 would be the Dark Cross gilt. That'd be a drip next to nothing. Easy does it. And then we round out with tag 179. That'd be the spot gilt. And next man up, Show Me.
Yeah, I thought as these came through last evening, a good set of pigs from this firm. And again, that Chester gilt has got the big bones and the wild muscle, and yet still can get out and go. She's a little fast. In the SIF last night, she wanted to run from end to end, and the red male is one that's so sound and comfortable out here. A little more green and immature, but really doesn't hold me back on him because where he's good, he's sound, he's flexible. He's certainly one that can giddy up and go out here, and again, just takes a little bit of time. The spot gilt, again, she's sharp out front, certainly one that opens up and comes to you with power. Again, pick your poison out here. Thought the crossbreed gilt was very, very good in her own right, certainly attractive, a square hipped one. Again, this firm brought you 4 high quality ones. I don't know where Kennedy went, but the best hair award goes to the fella in the cap here. Said he was rocking the best do, so you can pick up your award from Todd Kennedy when you can find him.
All right, next consigner in would be Guffey Family Show Pigs, tag 48. That'd be a step ahead, head start, Poland boar. The notes here say that this male is out of the sow that produced Code Word, who stands at Premium Blend. She is also a litter mate to Jumpstart at PBG. And again, I don't follow Poland's probably as close as some, but those are two boars that I've heard of. And certainly having a pig that ties back into that sow family that looks like that, I think it's off to a pretty good start.
Yeah, he's a nice Poland for sure, and man, the ceiling's high there because he is big muscled and square and good in his body. He's got a stout head, and yet really clean enough in his throat latch there. He's not really wanting to present himself here just the best, but man, you want to talk about a big, dense hind leg, and certainly got blade and arm and chest out here. Again, got a little longer tail. Wouldn't hold that against him because, man, he's got lots and lots of good going on here. And, again, when he presents himself, he can be as good as any. Again, here's your opportunity to strike it rich. I thought a very, very good pig here from Guffey.
All right, coming in next would be Loudermilk Show Pigs, tag 84, and I believe the gilt is tag 85. 84 would be the male pig. He'd be a spot-on Big Daddy. And Troy's got just a laundry list of winners here from the south side. And, man, I know, AJ, you found that spot board pretty quick, and I think people ringside did as well. I know that one's been awfully popular, and rightfully so. Much the same about the gilt. I believe they were both champions out of their respective divisions, and Troy's been on a roll for a long time in this thing and has done an awesome job. I think this pair's awfully good.
Yeah, if you can't find the spot male amongst the contemporaries, then we've got problems because, man, where he is wildly different, he's so stout. In terms of his feature, he's got a stout forehead and, again, then posts up on the side, extremely good from a design, build, and balance perspective. He's opened up as he comes to you. He's square when he leaves you. His proportions read right. Again, I don't know Bo or Barra, but I'm certain there's going to be both interest on a pig that looks like that. Not sure why there wouldn't be because, man, is that a very, very high-end type of a spot prospect from a firm that, again, if you go back and trace pedigrees, Loudermilk's probably involved in more spot pedigrees in the last 7 to 10 years than most. And so my compliments on him. Thank you for bringing that pig to Strike It Rich. And, again, my assumption is he's going to get in the mix of things. And, again, the spot gilt, she speaks for herself. Muscular, square, sound, and certainly comfortable. And then she brings power to the table as well. Certainly this pair from Loudermilk's is extremely high-end. That view right there is intimidating of the gilt as she comes to you. I think these things have a high ceiling. Congratulations on a good pair.
We got the second pair from Loudermilk coming in here now. Troy brought his good showman today, so that's a good thing. We got tag 86 and tag 87. 86 would be the Hampshire male. That'd be a Twisted Affair exclamation. The mother here is a second litter sow, and her first litter did an awesome job last spring. He kept several gilts out of. She'd be a litter mate to the champion Hemp gilt at the state fair, the Indiana State Fair back in 24. And then we got tag 87. That'd be the Berkshire gilt. She'd be an off-the-chain, over-the-top secret stash. And her mother would have been the reserve Berkshire gilt at the Indiana State Fair back in 24.
Yeah, and to round out his set of four, I thought, again, all four of his pigs have an opportunity to do some damage here later on in the summer. The Hampshire pig is so broad in his body. Again, he's elevated, has some frame size, and yet at the same time has muscularity, maintains flexibility, and again, a unique pig for sure. Thought the Burke gilt's got an opportunity. The longer the summer goes, I think that gilt gets wildly different. She looks like the kind that'll feed and bulk extremely, extremely good. She's got a really square hind leg. She's really muscular in terms of her back line there. I thought a very good pig, and we got little homie grabbing his second whip here to make sure that thing gets stuck. But I do think that this gilt has a high ceiling, and so if she fits your endpoint and she fits your style, I wouldn't be afraid to click bid or wave that hand just as high as you can, because I thought this pair from Loudermilk, very, very good. Hi, Bryson. How are you? It's nice to see you, sweetheart. Always love when she smiles. You want to say hi to anybody on here?
Right, move into Pruitt Livestock here. We've got tag 111 and 112. Those would be litter mates. Pitmaster Delta, the Dam Rays, the 5th overall Chester Gilt at the State Fair, the Indiana State Fair last year, and the champion Chester Gilt at 2024 Iowa State Fair. AJ, we've seen people come through that are synonymous with certain breeds, and you think back through them, and I think Pruitt and Chester's is probably towards the top of that list as well. They continue to do it each and every year, and they've done it for a very, very long time, and it's because of pigs that look like this that they bring to sales. I think it's an awesome pair here from Pruitt.
Yeah, there's no question, and I was probably a little hard on Clay last night, and so, again, they come back here today, and they are stout, broad, and wide. They're sound structured. They got the extras, if you will, when you get up close to them. I think both of these have a high, high ceiling. Again, you're buying from a firm in the Chester business that, again, gets to the backdrop as often as any, and I think a great family and just great people to do business with. I think both these hogs are no holes, big-armed, certainly stout pigs that have muscle. And again, you pick the one you like, and you pick kind of your endpoints you're going to target. And I think you've got two awesome prospects from Pruitt Livestock.
All right, we got Pruitt's other pair coming in here now. Be tag 109 and 110. Again, a pair of litter mates, Stinger chosen ones. We got a light cross gilt would be tag 109, and tag 110 would be the light cross male pig. I know last night there was only one light cross male. But I don't know if there was 10 or 15 of them, if that one still wouldn't have came to the top when AJ sorted through them. As rugged, as opened up, as heavy boned, and I think most importantly, as comfortable at the surface as you can make one that's that dense. I think that pig's got a great, great future. I know this pair would be a litter mate to a gilt that he would have sold at the Sweethearts that was very popular there a couple weeks ago as well. So awesome pair here from Pruitt.
Yeah, there's no question that blue male is as high end as you could chase, especially if you're showing the guys that need them stout and just burly. That thing's just tough. When you look at him from the top of the brim of his nose into his forehead, into his body, and then his feet are big right at the ground. He's got clean hocks. He's got a useful hind leg out here. And again, that pig's no holes, no excuses. Just a good meat and potatoes pig that when it's time to fight, he's going to have the great big legs. The young man there on the gilt, again, when she came through last night, I thought, man, she is so sound and comfortable. I thought her upper hip was broad. I thought her body was pliable. And again, that view right there is very intimidating in terms of blade, chest, and arm. She's got a really flexible hind leg, and to have that much woof and that much spread to be that comfortable is interesting to me. These are two pigs that I think are easy feeding and yet have the extras to climb right to the top.
Coming in here next would be Fox Farms, be tag 44. Be a Berkshire male, be an above all jet black Scouts honor, a new consigner this year, and I don't know Alex really probably at all, but I've just hung around shows and seen what he's done in the spot ring in particular, and then I know he's trickled in some Berkshires here that have done awfully well as well. So I guess if you're going to make a debut at a sale like this, probably pretty good to bring one that looks like that. I think that one's got a real high ceiling as well.
Absolutely. From the side, paints up a very, very good design and build and balance. Again, he's stout about his head. He's big about his chest, shapely about his back, and then still has muscularity to boot. He's got big, stout toes right at the surface, maintains integrity in terms of just strength of foot and strength of pastern. Again, he's a big-ended barra, but again, that side view profile and just look, and that view coming at you is big and broad. I thought a good way to start your first year here. Fox Farms brought you lot 44, above all jet black Scouts honor.
Coming in here next would be Mock Brothers Show Pigs, tag 92, 93. Tag 92 would be a rest of the story handyman. Be a Hampshire boar, and I know Chad's went up to Danner's. He's got here in the notes and got into some of Danner's sows and bought some gilts out of there, and he's built that Hampshire program with. I honestly didn't know Chad had a Tamworth sow, but said he didn't advertise them much, but I think maybe he should. That'd be tag 93. That'd be an Empire Dynasty 92-2. I believe that was the champion Tamworth male last night in the SIFT. And I've known Chad and Janelle for a while, and certainly some dear friends of mine. And they get to welcome them a showman this summer too. So certainly excited for them, and they do it the right way. And I'm certainly proud of them and proud of the pigs that they brought here today.
Yeah, I thought a good pair, and honestly, I like Tamworth. My boy likes them a lot more, I guess. And again, when that pig came through last night, I thought, man, that thing's good looking, stout, square, a little more immature in terms of his look, but man, where he's good, he is so good. It's hard to make him that neat out front and that level backed and still maintain squareness. I thought Chad brought us a high-quality tam that's still sturdy-footed. The Hampshire male is broad and certainly husky in terms of his body. He's opened up enough when he comes. And, again, this was a deep set of Hampshire males. And, again, you just kind of pick in and dig in where you want to because I do think this pair is extra good to a great firm. And congratulations on the little one on the way. Again, Mock Brothers, tag 92 and 93.
All right, dropping in a trio from My Family Show Pigs, tag 89, 90, and 91. Tag 89 would be the Berkshire gilt. That'd be an upward, off-the-chain, top shelf. That'd be a first litter gilt. The grandma was a reserve Berkshire gilt at Kansas City. Tag 90 would be a Turn the Tide, Waymaker, Raise the Bar. That'd be the Duroc Boar Pig. And then tag 91 would be a Bank on It, Air, Bury My Bones. And awesome trio here from I know he brought us an awesome Yorkshire male here in the first strike at Rich that certainly got a good home that you're going to see a lot out of and pigs out of. And he certainly brings us a different trio here for sure.
Yeah, I guess I'll start with the Berkshire gilt. Not sure if she showed last night or where she landed, but that one's where she's wild. She is wildly different. I mean, that is a stout head and a slick neck with big muscles up top. maintain squareness as you get out back. And then I just love her etch and just ditch when you get right up on top at the top side of her shoulder there. Again, maintain squareness, really, really feminine about her look, and one that'll be easy feeding for sure. Not going to take a lot of feed because she's got natural muscularity and natural width and spread built into her. I thought the two red pigs were very, very good as well, and Mize had some unique red pigs come out over the last couple of years. He builds them stout and sound and comfortable, and then with a little more frame and elevation, I think both of these do that to a very, very high degree. Again, hogs that look like they're very easy feeding. That gilt there going across the center has got a great big bendy hind leg, and I thought, again, this trio for extra good. Bid on them, buy them how you like them. Again, I thought a good trio from that family.
All right, G2 Genetics in the ring here next. Looks like we've got 3 litter mates, 45, 46, and 47. They'd be sired by Unlimited and out of an Amplify sow. Mate sister to the Reserve Supreme at the Texas State Fair in 23. She raised the Reserve Spot Gilt at the Texas State Fair in 25.
Yeah, we've got a good trio here from G2, and again, they're all sired by Amplify here. We've got litter mates, and again, 3 good litter mates to sort through, and yet at the same time, we've got some differences, right? And so as you're out here kind of analyzing these things in the back, it's pick your end point, and they'll kind of tell you where you need to land. But, man, these 3 are very, very good. I think the one here off to my left, the one that looks like to me the biggest, tag 45, I believe, is one that's got a tremendous amount of power. He's got a great running gear out here. He's really stout. He's got great shape to his body. The little pig here looks like he'll last a little longer than the other 2, and yet still built the same. Young lady there in the blue coming across the center has got a really wild-looking one out ahead of his blade there, and again has the right pieces and parts. Again, G2's brought you lot 45, 46, and 47. I think here's an opportunity to strike it rich.
All right, next consigner in. Looks like maybe we're going to drop all 4 of them in here from Fisher Show Pigs, tag 38, 39, 40, and 41. They'd be sired by NFUS, and I still don't know what that is, and maybe it's something we can't say on the World Wide Web, but all sired by that particular boar. And then looks like tag 38 and 39 would be litter mates, backdrop sow. The mother had the champion light cross gilt at the 2025 Missouri State Fair. Tag 40 and 41. Tag 40 would be tag 40 would be a litter mate as well. Excuse me on that. Tag 41 would be a 52 litter, again sired by that same boar and out of a Kung Fu sow.
Yeah, we just got 3 of their 4. I think Little Fish is going to drop his stouty in kind of by himself here, but I do think the first 3 that we preview are very, very good livestock. A little better looking one there on the far side that's got a killer presence and a big arm and a huge chest as he comes to you. Again, very, very muscular. I love his build and look. The one there going across the center is very good in his own right. He's got a great big flag tail, a wide upper hip and pin set. Again, a little more immature in terms of his body. Young lady here coming closest to me has got one that, again, stout head, broad back, muscular, all things you can say, and certainly step in behind her, and she's square enough. She's got a neat look and a hard back line. Thought all 3 of those from Fish, doing a great job, Mike. Again, one of the good ones that's been around a long, long time, and good to see Little Fish up here. Interesting to preview that last one from them.
Yeah, apologize on that. Jumped the gun, kind of I guess a point guard with his head down, not seeing the floor. We only had 3 of them, but we've got Fisher's last consignment in. I believe he is tag 41. That'd be an NFUS Kung Fu, and certainly one that I know AJ remembers from last night. I know I do as well. He probably does deserve a little ring time here on his own.
Yeah, I guess if any of them have bore stoutness of their 4 and maybe amongst the offering, this one's head and jaw and lower jaw and then just chest, blade, and arm is, man, it's wildly different. His back and upper hip is wildly different. His bones are very, very large, and yet he's got a great, great big caboose to go with it. And then from the side, to have that kind of power, that kind of blade, arm, and chest to still giddy up and go and use the ring as well as he does, man, this thing's as far-reaching maybe as any pig that came through here today from a bone and feature, a width and muscle, and then still maintaining a skeletal integrity there. He's a pig that I think is extra, extra stout. Is he a crip or has he got 2 out back? He's got 2. All right, I couldn't see from here. I just wanted to make sure that the commentary was correct. He does have 2 seeds down, and so this pig has the ability, in my opinion, to be a bore prospect for sure. But if you like a stout, dense one, and I think the guys here in Indiana are going to want the great, great big legs with a great big back and still have a running gear, I'd say this pig fits that head shape, that blade, that arm. Looks like what it's going to take.
All right, last one through the ring here would be M&M Livestock, another first-year consigner here to the Strike It Rich. It'd be tag 88. She'd be a beatbox, passing notes, and I know these guys, kind of the first year, I think that they've kind of marketed and put themselves out there in terms of raising and selling show pigs, and I think they're off to just a fine start when it comes to getting them out here. I know this gilt has been very popular. They've sold some other popular blue gilts earlier this spring as well. I know a lot of people have been very, very high on. If you don't know the Matthews, I'd encourage you to go introduce yourself to them. They're awesome dudes and certainly going to be in this for a long time.
Yeah, last but not least here, fun way to end our preview. Certainly appreciate everybody tuning in online for the Strike It Rich pig sale. On behalf of the boys that put this deal on, I know that they're very pleased and thankful that you all tuned in, and certainly the folks that are here in the barn. And I think the set of pigs from top to bottom have been off the charts, and we finish up with a blue gilt that's got the fur and the fuzz and yet still has a killer look out front. She's broad in her body. She's a big-ended gilt that's got she's got the build to last a long, long time. Looks like when she's ready to fight, she's ready to win. Again, there is lots of opportunity with a blue gilt that looks like that, even if you want her to be a sow, because, again, she's opened up. She's got a great, great big rear end and yet maintains squareness. I think a great pig from M&M Livestock. Great way to start you off. Beatbox, passing notes, lot 88.
Joining us, looks like 20 minutes. We're going to go ahead and get started as close to 1 o'clock as we can.